Chapter 679. I don't have any treasures with me. I only have the secret book I just obtained. Give me all the treasures you've found. Azure Dragon hesitated for a moment and ordered Chen Er Nyang to hand over all the treasures. The other treasures in this grade 3 ancient martial arts relic were not attractive to Azure Dragon. If it wasn't for the fact that the little chrysanthemum codex might be hidden in this relic, Azure Dragon would not have come here. However, as one of the 9 dragons of China, Azure Dragon was furious that he was threatened by Azure Wolf. He had already engraved Azure Wolf in his mind and planned to find an opportunity to kill Azure Wolf when he returned. Chen Er Nyang had been busy for half a day and had many treasures hidden on her body. How could she be willing to hand them over? However, under Azure Dragon's order, Chen Er Nyang could only unwillingly dig out the treasures on her body. The process of digging out the treasures was breathtaking, and everyone was stunned. Chen Er Nyang's treasures were all hidden in her clothes. Just from her bra alone, she had taken out 5 spirit stones. No wonder her breasts were so big. There were even 2 secret manuals of martial arts hidden in her underwear. It was almost like a live stripping video. Everyone had forgotten that they were here to split Chen Er Nyang's treasures. They were here to admire her beauty with their eyes wide open. Hurry up! Stop dawdling! Azure Dragon couldn't stand it anymore and said coldly. Chen Er Nyang was so scared that her body trembled. She couldn't care less about exposing herself. She stripped herself and threw out all the treasures hidden in her clothes. There were all kinds of treasures on the ground. Secret books, elixirs, spiritual stones, precious stones, and a few short weapons were all hidden in her clothes. Wasn't this woman afraid of cutting her body? All my treasures are here. Chen Er Nyang took out all the treasures and quickly put on her clothes. Her expression was cold, and she glared at Qin Feng from time to time. She hated him to death. I'll leave all the treasures to you. I'm leaving now. Azure Dragon didn't want to stay here any longer. He was ready to leave as soon as he finished speaking. Qin Feng's true qi surged and locked onto Azure Dragon again. He said unhurriedly, "Don't leave yet. There's something I need your help with." Azure Dragon stopped again. He was so angry that his eyeballs almost popped out of his eye sockets. He took a deep breath and looked like he was trying his best to suppress the anger in his heart. "What is it? I don't want to see that woman ever again," Qin Feng said to Chen Er Nyang. Chen Er Nyang's delicate body tensed up. She immediately felt an aura of death lock onto her. Chen Er Nyang didn't even have time to scream before Black Robe's withered hand pierced through her chest and directly crushed Chen Er Nyang's heart. "Is there anything else? There's a limit to my patience." Crushing Chen Er Nyang to death was as easy as crushing an ant in Azure Dragon's eyes. Azure Dragon pushed Chen Er Nyang's corpse to the ground and looked at Qin Feng as if nothing had happened. In any case, this woman was Azure Dragon's subordinate. Azure Dragon was indeed vicious and merciless. "You can get lost now." Qin Feng stared at Azure Dragon and said word by word. Azure Dragon's body visibly swayed, and an aura of death burst out from his body. The remaining 10 or so warriors in the hall were so scared that their legs were trembling. This hero Azure Wolf was too domineering, and the weak hearts of these warriors were almost unable to bear it. "I'll remember you. Don't let me see you again." Azure Dragon squeezed out these few words from between his teeth. His figure flickered and turned into a black shadow. In a breath's time, he disappeared from everyone's sight. Oh! After Azure Dragon left for a while, everyone finally relaxed. The cave hall was filled with the sound of people gasping for breath. "Azure Wolf, what should we do with these treasures?" Hua Yin had already come to Qin Feng's side. She didn't expect Qin Feng to be an expert of the true qi stage. Hua Yin was so excited that her little heart almost jumped out of her throat. Bai Yun and Rin Xiao Yao also came over. When Yiming and the Amaze Sect's old Taoist nun had been recuperating, both of them leaped to Qin Feng's side. Their strength had already recovered by more than half. Originally, there were 10 people in the exploration team. Now there were only 6 people left. The 6 of them gathered together, and their hearts were filled with emotions. Qin Feng glanced at the treasures on the ground. These treasures should belong to everyone. "I'll take the 6 spirit stones and 2 gold bars. As for the rest of the treasures, you guys can divide them among yourselves. Qin Feng said, and took away all the things he needed. Bai Yun and the others didn't stand on ceremony. They surrounded the treasures and took what they needed. Soon, the treasures were divided among themselves. At this time, a group of martial artists rushed in from the entrance of the hall. They were the people who had just escaped. They returned to the hall and looked at Qin Feng in high spirits. They revealed expressions of worship and respect. Hero Azure Wolf, thank you for your help. Otherwise, we would have wasted our trip today. Yes, it's all thanks to Hero Azure Wolf today. I am a disciple of the Flaming Mountain. In the future, if Hero Azure Wolf needs anything from the Flaming Mountain, just say the word. Hero Azure Wolf, I am a disciple of the Flying Dagger School. The Flying Dagger School is also willing to be friends with Hero Azure Wolf. Dozens of martial artists surrounded Qin Feng and tried to curry favor with him. They stayed at the entrance of the cave to wait for Azure Wolf to come out. In the end, they didn't see Azure Wolf. Instead, they saw Black Robe run away. So, they came back to find Azure Wolf. In their eyes, Azure Wolf was an expert of the true Qi stage. Which sect didn't want to curry favor with him? Huh? Hero Azure Wolf. You can't be the wolf-head hero who killed Qin Feng with one palm a few days ago, right? Very quickly, someone in the crowd recognized Qin Feng. A month ago, Qin Feng caused a second martial arts disturbance at Devil Beast Mountain. At that time, he created a doppelganger and transformed into Azure Wolf to kill the doppelganger. In that battle, Azure Wolf's prestige shook the world. However, many people didn't know Azure Wolf's name. They only knew of the wolf mask. Moreover, although people saw Qin Feng wearing a wolf mask, they didn't think too much about the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain. After all, there were too many martial artists who wore wolf masks to hide their identities. Moreover, the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain had the strength of at least stage 9 inner chi. Otherwise, how could he kill Qin Feng? Why would a stage 9 inner chi expert like this grade 3 ancient ruins? However, after Qin Feng suppressed the Black Robe Man, some people connected Azure Wolf with the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain. The wolf mask might be similar or even an imitation, but how many people in China could imitate the strength of the wolf-headed man? The wolf-headed man? It's really the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain. Tui Tui, no, it's the wolf-headed hero from Devil Beast Mountain. Someone shouted. More people began to connect Azure Wolf with the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain. After a comparison, they realized that there was a 99% chance that Azure Wolf was the wolf-headed man. However, everyone changed their way of addressing Qin Feng. No one dared to call Qin Feng the wolf-headed man in front of him. They all called him Hero Azure Wolf or Hero Wolf. Qin Feng saw that his identity had been guessed, so he didn't need to hide it. Anyway, Azure Wolf's identity had already made a name for himself in the martial arts world. Qin Feng might as well take the initiative to admit it and make his identity more famous. In the future, when Qin Feng needed to do some missions, it would be more convenient for him to use Azure Wolf's identity. Heroes of the martial arts world, I'm Azure Wolf. It's true that I'm the wolf-headed man from Devil Beast Mountain a few days ago. Today, I'm accompanying my little girlfriend to the ancient ruins to relieve her boredom. After seeing such injustice, of course I have to stand up and seek justice for everyone. There's no need to thank me. Qin Feng quickly came up with a bunch of lies, and the martial artists of the martial arts world were instantly moved to tears. Everyone looked at Qin Feng with even more admiration and reverence. Hero Azure Wolf was an expert of the true Qi stage, yet he still used such a humble term like, I'm your humble self. This was the humble and low-key cultural tradition of China that had been passed down for over 5,000 years. Hero Azure Wolf was indeed a capricious expert. Everyone who came to the ancient ruins was racing against time to search for treasures. Many of their companions died tragically in this expedition, but Hero Azure Wolf brought his little girlfriend for a stroll. Who could learn such a romantic atmosphere and atmosphere? Hero Azure Wolf was even talking about his little girlfriend. The word little was enough to explain everything. Hero Azure Wolf had many other women by his side, Qin Feng didn't expect that a single sentence from him would cause everyone to prostrate themselves in admiration. It seemed like his realm of acting cool had improved a lot. Hero Azure Wolf, these are all the treasures I found in the ancient ruins. Do you have any that you like? I'll give them to you as a gift to show my respect to Hero Azure Wolf. Some of the more perceptive people in the crowd started to take out their treasures to curry favor with Qin Feng. This method was immediately imitated by the others. Dozens of martial artists took out their best treasures and surrounded Qin Feng, trying to shove them into his hands. Qin Feng swept his gaze over everyone's treasures. There were low-grade cultivation methods and white-grade spiritual weapons. These were very powerful treasures in everyone's eyes, but Qin Feng really didn't care for them. Heroes of the martial arts world, the treasures you've taken out are too valuable. Although I, Azure Wolf, really need the treasures in everyone's hands, I definitely won't accept them. This time, you've also risked your lives to come to the ancient ruins to search for treasures. The treasures you've obtained were exchanged with your lives. If I take your treasures, wouldn't that be taking your lives? I, Hero Azure Wolf, am not that kind of person. Qin Feng stood in the middle of the crowd with his hands clasped behind his back. His words were sonorous and forceful. His body was filled with an aura of righteousness. His heroic stance moved everyone once again. Hero Azure Wolf is indeed an outstanding person in the martial arts world. I, Wang Ergu, am completely convinced today. Hero Azure Wolf, if you have time, come to the North Pole sect as a guest. Our sect leader will definitely welcome you personally. I still have important matters to attend to, so I'll take my leave first. Hero Azure Wolf, farewell. The group of martial arts world people were all heroic and strong. Everyone bid farewell to Qin Feng one by one and returned with great excitement. The circular hall quickly became deserted. Only Qin Feng's 6-man exploration team was left. Hero Azure Wolf, White Cloud didn't think much of Qin Feng before. He didn't expect this person to be a wolf in sheep's clothing. White Cloud's face, hidden under his white mask, turned red. He didn't even know how to address Azure Wolf. Senior White Cloud, I'm much younger than you. Don't call me Hero. Just call me Azure Wolf. Qin Feng interrupted White Cloud's words. Although White Cloud was hesitant at the crucial moment, he still stood up in the end. Moreover, when Qin Feng and Hua Yin were in danger in the sky pit, White Cloud also helped them. There was no need for Qin Feng to be too distant in front of him. White Cloud's heart was slightly warmed. With Azure Wolf's strength, even if White Cloud called him hero, it wouldn't be too much. However, Azure Wolf was really humble. This gave White Cloud a way out of this embarrassing situation. Azure Wolf, Billowy Lady, Wen Yiming, Ice Fairy, Yao Yao. White Cloud glanced at everyone present and solemnly called out everyone's name. After a short pause, he continued, "This time, I'm the one who organized everyone to explore the ruins. I didn't expect snobbish people like Chun Ernyang and Golden Spear to sneak into the exploration team. I feel guilty for the Immerse sect disciple who died. I hope everyone can forgive me." White Cloud was still a very responsible person. This time it wasn't his fault. This kind of team mission issued by the Martial Art Alliance was completely voluntary. During the course of the mission, many teams fought and killed each other because of the distribution of treasures. For White Cloud to do this was already beyond his responsibility. P.S. Those who want to watch the pirated version can switch to Zongheng Chinese Network to watch the original version. Every month, you can watch it for only 5 yuan. It's very, very, very important. Everyone can tip less, but please don't stop. I sincerely thank everyone. Chapter 680. No one hated White Cloud. Now that White Cloud admitted his mistake, everyone was willing to forgive him. Senior White Cloud, this is not your fault. Don't blame yourself. Golden Spear and Qin Ernyang have been killed. We have avenged Immerse sect's junior sister. May she rest in peace. Qin Feng took the initiative to speak, and the others nodded. Initially, Immerse sect's priestess Miju was still a little resentful. After all, the one who died was her favorite direct disciple. However, after seeing everyone's reaction, Priestess Miju knew that she couldn't blame them for this matter. Just as Qin Feng had said, Chen Er, Nyang, and Golden Spear, the two bad guys, had been killed, so this matter should end here. Iceberg Maiden, these are all the treasures I got from my adventure. Take them as my gift to that junior sister. Take them. White Cloud came to Nun Miju's side in a flash and gave her all his treasures. Nun Miju was as cold as frost along the way. She looked like she was difficult to talk to, but she was a typical woman with a sharp tongue but a soft heart. She shook her head with a cold face and said, "Keep the treasures. I don't want them." White Cloud didn't seem to hear Nun Miju and forced the treasures in her hand. When White Cloud's thick and rough old palm touched Nun Miju's delicate hand, she was so scared that she raised her horsetail whisk and almost cut off White Cloud's hand. Whoosh! There was a sound of wind breaking. What are you doing? Miju Shirtai's beautiful face, which had been as cold as an iceberg for 10,000 years, underwent some changes. Unexpectedly, a hint of redness flashed across her face, stunning everyone. Fortunately, White Cloud was powerful. If it was someone else, they wouldn't have been able to dodge Nun Miju's sudden attack. White Cloud was stunned. He was also shocked by the old Taoist nun's fierce reaction. After a long time, he suddenly laughed and said, "Okay, I've given you all the treasures. Keep them safe. This adventure is considered complete. I'll leave first. See you later." White Cloud's hearty laughter still echoed in the hall, but his figure had already disappeared. After White Cloud left, Nun Miju became a little absent-minded. The blush on her ice-cold face hadn't disappeared. No one knew what she was thinking. "I'm leaving too. Brother Green Wolf, see you later." When Yiming also left, saying goodbye to Qin Feng. Qin Feng looked at the empty spot where Yiming had been standing and said to the air, "See you again." Abyss Annihilation regained her senses after two people left. She didn't say anything. She nodded at Qin Feng and the rest before leaving the ancient martial ruins. Only Qin Feng, Hua Yin, and Ren Xiao Yao were left in the hall. The reason why Ren Xiao Yao hadn't left until now was because Qin Feng had bumped into her chest in Martial Artist Town. He had even slandered her and insisted that Ren Xiao Yao had hit his head with her chest. This matter had been weighing on Ren Xiao Yao's heart for a long time. Ren Xiao Yao wanted to take revenge on Qin Feng, but Qin Feng's strength was too powerful. Ren Xiao Yao had a belly full of resentment, but she couldn't vent it. "Chick, why haven't you left yet? Could it be that you've taken a fancy to me and want to stay and be my servant?" Qin Feng could see Little Demon's delicate and pretty face under the avatar mask. Ren Xiao Yao was so angry that she blew her beard and glared at him. She looked extremely adorable. Of course, Qin Feng knew why she was angry. "You? What nonsense are you talking about? If you dare to spout nonsense again, Ren Xiao Yao wanted to threaten Qin Feng, but she remembered that Green Wolf was an expert of the true Qi stage. She couldn't find any words to threaten Qin Feng. Qin Feng looked at this girl who was so angry that her face turned red. She pouted and looked like she wanted to bite him to death. It was really fun. You, what are you? Your figure is not bad, and your looks are not bad. Why are you stuttering? Sigh, what a pity. But you can be my servant. You can massage my shoulders and back. At night, you can fetch water to wash my feet and warm my bed. Think about it." Qin Feng looked at Ren Xiao Yao with a smile. Ren Xiao Yao was so angry that her body was about to explode. When Hua Yin saw Qin Feng flirting with another girl in front of her, she angrily pinched Qin Feng's waist. She said coldly, "Green Wolf, are you leaving or not?" Qin Feng felt pain from the pinch. He pulled Hua Yin into his arms and stopped her from moving. Ren Xiao Yao was inexperienced. When she saw this intimate scene, she was so embarrassed that she felt uncomfortable. You shameless bastard." Ren Xiao Yao knew she couldn't beat Qin Feng, so she immediately ran away with Hua Yin. Hua Yin originally sympathized with Ren Xiao Yao. She quarreled with Qin Feng for no reason. Wasn't she looking for trouble? But when she heard she was also scolded, Hua Yin was unhappy. "You little girl, you want to run after scolding me? Do you think you can run away?" Without Hua Yin's help, Qin Feng grabbed Ren Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao struggled with all her might, but she couldn't break free from Qin Feng's big hand. Whoosh! Suddenly, a white light flashed. Qin Feng's expression changed. He pushed Hua Yin away with his left hand and raised his right hand. The Chongling sword flew up and collided with the white sword in Ren Xiaoyao's hand. Clang! The sound of metal clashing resounded in the air. After the two swords collided, they each took 3 steps back. This move was actually a tie. Qin Feng and Ren Xiaoyao looked at each other. Their eyes were filled with astonishment. Qin Feng had sparred with Ren Xiaoyao before. Ren Xiaoyao was a stage 7 inner chi cultivator, so Qin Feng should have been able to defeat her in one strike. He didn't expect this girl's swordsmanship to be so powerful. Ren Xiaoyao was even more surprised. Isn't this Green Wolf an expert of the true energy stage? Why is he so weak? Aren't you at the true energy stage? Your true energy is long gone, and you clearly used your inner chi just now. Ren Xiaoyao questioned Qin Feng. She was confused. Little girl, it seems like you're very interested in me. Then I can only leave you here and let you get to know me slowly. Qin Feng pretended to be vulgar, and the cave was filled with his creepy laughter. Ren Xiaoyao was so disgusted that she almost vomited. Although she couldn't see Qin Feng's face under the wolf mask, she knew it must be ugly and vulgar. How dare you insult me? Watch my sword. Ren Xiaoyao was also hot-tempered. She swung her sword again. Billowy lady, don't move. I'll do it myself. Qin Feng didn't need to turn his head to know that Hua Yin was ready to fight. Although Ren Xiaoyao was a stage 7 inner chi cultivator, her attack power was comparable to a stage 8 inner chi cultivator. Qin Feng didn't want Hua Yin to get hurt. Whoosh! The sound of a sword resonated in the air. Ren Xiaoyao flew into the air and swung her sword gracefully. Her speed wasn't fast, but it was graceful and beautiful as if she was dancing. Ren Xiaoyao's sword technique was profound and exquisite. After a few simple swings of her sword, layers of sword barriers appeared around her. Her clothes and long hair fluttered in the wind, and a crescent moon appeared behind her. Coupled with Ren Xiaoyao's slim and sexy body, she looked like a beautiful warrior going into battle. All that was missing was a sentence. In the name of the moon, I will destroy you. Rumble. Qin Feng was in a daze as he admired this set of sword techniques. Qin Feng only regained his senses when he felt a powerful sword chi rushing towards him. He raised the Chongling sword and thrust it into the air. Shai Moon's sword technique. Solitary 9 swords. Both sets of sword techniques were profound and mysterious. Their moves were simple and light. The two powerful sword chi collided with each other, causing the ground to shake and the mountains to shake. The cave was shaking, rocks rolled down, and dust rose into the air. It was as if doomsday was coming. Bang! 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 The remaining power of the sword chi was not to be underestimated. Explosions sounded everywhere in the air. Qin Feng and Ren Xiaoyao were forced to retreat, not daring to get close to the center of the explosion. Green Wolf, are you all right? Qin Feng retreated to Hua Yan's side. Hua Yan immediately came to check on Qin Feng's injuries. Seeing Qin Feng's hair was messed up, Hua Yan was unhappy. She drew out the blood shadow whip from her waist and lashed it at Qin Feng. How dare you hit my man? I'll kill you. Crackle. Hua Yan's long whip was like a bolt of lightning striking down. A blue shadow appeared in the air. The shadow of the whip condensed automatically. When it was about to reach Ren Xiaoyao, it turned into several ice blades and stabbed at her. You're a demonic cultivator? Ren Xiaoyao exclaimed. However, she quickly calmed down. She raised the long sword in her hand slightly, and a crescent moon appeared behind her. Several crescent moon sword chi shot out, shattering the ice blades. Umph! How dare you come here to die with such puny skills? I won't hold back then. Ren Xiaoyao was really angry that she was being attacked by the two of them. She raised the long sword in her hand again, and the light sword strike had the power to split a mountain. A condensed crescent sword light whizzed past. You're asking for it? Hua Yan did not waste any more time and raised her whip again. This time, the blue light turned into a red shadow. When the red shadow of the whip fell, it turned into several flames that rained down on Ren Xiaoyao's head. What's this? A demonic cultivator with dual attributes of ice and fire? How is this possible? Rin Xiaoyao was so shocked that she forgot to dodge. She only regained her senses when the flames fell on her and burned her clothes. Hua Yan's expression became even more solemn. She could feel the intense killing intent from the crescent moon sword chi. It even stunned her demonic chi. Hua Yan wanted to dodge, but her speed became slower. Rumble! The gigantic crescent moon sword chi descended rapidly, directly smashing a 10-meter-long ravine into the ground. Hua Yan was lying in Qin Feng's arms. She was touched by the feeling of being hugged tightly by Qin Feng. "You're such a disobedient girl. Didn't I tell you not to fight? What's wrong with you?" Qin Feng landed on the ground and complained to Hua Yan. Hua Yan was not angry when she was scolded. Instead, she felt a surge of warmth in her heart. She hugged Qin Feng's arm tightly and refused to let go. You shameless couple. You're making me so angry." More than half of Rin Xiaoyao's clothes were burned by the flames. Her upper body was now covered in a net. Her red bra was slightly exposed. Paired with her avatar mask, she looked wild and beautiful. As the daughter of the Saint Medic Hall, Rin Xiaoyao was spoiled and willful. Today, she was tricked by Qin Feng and Hua Yan. She was so angry that she almost cried. "Little girl, what's the meaning of this? I'm taking you in as my maidservant. You'll be a proper maidservant. Don't try to get into my good books. I won't fall for it." Qin Feng added insult to injury. Rin Xiaoyao's delicate body began to tremble. "Green Wolf, why you're making me so angry? You better apologize to me." Rin Xiaoyao pouted and glared at Qin Feng. Qin Feng thought that this girl must have been so angry that she wanted him to apologize to her. "It's impossible for me to apologize. You hit my head with your chest the last time we met. This time, you even tore your clothes. You're such a scheming woman. I'll stay away from you in the future." Every word Qin Feng said was like a sharp arrow that pierced Rin Xiaoyao's heart. Rin Xiaoyao was not good with words. Now that she met Qin Feng's silver tongue, she felt miserable. Billowy lady, what's that spiritual herb in your pocket?" Chapter 681. Qin Feng and Hua Yan did not expect Rin Xiaoyao to suddenly care about something else. Hua Yan subconsciously touched her pocket and felt the purple wisteria flower that she found on the wall of the crater. This flower was the main ingredient for refining a 5th-grade elixir that the demon clan needed. Hua Yan immediately became vigilant. "Why do you care what it is? It's not yours anyway." Hua Yan pressed the purple wisteria flower and stared at Rin Xiaoyao arrogantly. "That's the purple wisteria flower?" Rin Xiaoyao exclaimed. For a moment, she forgot that she was angered by Qin Feng and Hua Yan. "You know this flower too? What are you trying to do?" Hua Yan's expression changed drastically. She hid behind Qin Feng and looked at Rin Xiaoyao. Hua Yan's words were equivalent to admitting the purple wisteria flower. Rin Xiaoyao's beautiful eyes flickered. After a moment of silence, she said, "Since you found the purple wisteria flower in this ancient martial relic, I'm willing to exchange it with my treasures. I'm willing to exchange my treasures with you. What do you think?" As Rin Xiaoyao spoke, she impatiently threw out all the treasures she had on her. This girl was really good at finding treasures. She had many treasures on her, even more than Chen Ernyang. There are secret manuals, weapons, elixirs, spiritual herbs, and all kinds of materials here. You can take them all. I only want your purple wisteria flower. Moreover, we'll write off our previous debts. What do you think?" Hua Yan was like a bad uncle who was trying to trick a young girl. Hua Yan did not even look at the treasures on the ground. She said firmly, "Stop dreaming. I won't exchange it with you." Rin Xiaoyao did not expect Hua Yan to not be tempted. She began to feel anxious and searched her body again. In the end, she took out more than 10 exquisite small medicine bottles. "This bottle contains the refreshing pill. There are 8 of them. Do you want to exchange it with me?" Rin Xiaoyao was anxious. She took out the miraculous pills produced by her family's Saint Medic to tempt Hua Yan. These miraculous pills were extremely expensive in the Saint Medic. Moreover, the supply could not meet the demand. Rin Xiaoyao was arrogant. She did not believe that Hua Yan would not be tempted this time. As a rank 3 alchemist, Huayan really didn't care about this rank 1 wonder pill, let alone Qin Feng. Qin Feng waved his hand, and 2 invigorating pills and 2 healing pills appeared in his hand. He tossed 2 pills into his mouth and pried open Huayan's mouth and tossed 2 pills into her mouth. He looked at Ren Xiaoyao as if he was munching on a bubble. Don't use elixirs to put on a show. We really don't lack these things. Huayan didn't know what Qin Feng had thrown at her, but after tasting it with her tongue, she knew it was a miraculous first-grade pill. Only then did Huayan eat it with ease. Ren Xiaoyao was dumbfounded. She suddenly thought of the first time she met Qing Lang in the St. Medicine Hall. At that time, Qing Lang had brought along a damn fatty. At that time, Qing Lang had taken out many pills. Now, it seemed that this guy was really an alchemist. Otherwise, how could he have so many pills on him? Even the heiress of the Holy Medicine Hall, Ren Xiaoyao, couldn't do something like eating a first-grade miraculous pill like it was bubble gum. Are you purposely trying to anger me? Do you think that I can't take out top-grade elixirs? Watch carefully for this, young miss. Ren Xiaoyao was infuriated by Qin Feng. She waved her hand and kept the dozen or so bottles, leaving only the 3 most exquisite bottles in her hand. Ren Xiaoyao lifted her jade-like hand and opened one of the bottles. Instantly, a rich fragrance of medicine wafted in the air. Qin Feng and Huayan immediately recognized the aroma of the elixirs. Brat, look carefully. This bottle contains second-grade blood qi pills. There are 7 blood qi pills in one bottle. I'll use this bottle of pills to exchange for the purple wisteria flower. Is that okay? Ren Xiaoyao raised her head again and looked at Qin Feng and Huayan arrogantly. The corner of Qin Feng's mouth twitched. He raised his hand again, and 2 fiery red blood qi pills appeared in his palm. Qin Feng's blood qi pills were bigger than the ones Ren Xiaoyao took out. They had a brighter color and a richer fragrance. Qin Feng was about to stuff 1 blood qi pill into his and Huayan's mouths. Huayan was so scared that she almost fell to the ground. She hastily pulled Qin Feng back. Don't eat it. Don't give it to me either. It's poisonous. I don't want to eat it. Huayan was terrified of the blood qi pills. Not long ago, she had lost her virginity because of the blood qi pills she refined. How would she dare to eat the blood qi pills again? Huayan did not dare to let Qin Feng eat it. It was already bad enough that Qin Feng did not eat the blood qi pills. If he ate the blood qi pills as well, she would lose her life. Watching Qin Feng and Huayan fooling around with each other, Ren Xiaoyao had the urge to kill herself. Ren Xiaoyao had always been proud of her identity as the young mistress of St. Medic Hall. As a martial artist, medicinal pills and weapons were indispensable. Since young, Ren Xiaoyao had never lacked medicinal pills. She could get any medicinal pills that were beneficial to her cultivation. However, after seeing Green Wolf and Billowy Lady today, Ren Xiaoyao's proud heart was shattered into pieces. Although Ren Xiaoyao had eaten a lot of grade 2 blood qi pills, Huayan refused to eat it because she said it was poisonous. Qin Feng even refused to eat the blood qi pills. Ren Xiaoyao's confidence had been shattered. Huff! Ren Xiaoyao took a deep breath and tried her best to calm down. She took out a pill bottle and opened it. Ren Xiaoyao poured out a pill. It was a dark green pill that was as big as an apricot. It was round and round. Qin Feng glanced at it and almost laughed out loud. This time, Qin Feng did not need Ren Xiaoyao to introduce it. He waved his hand, and 2 qi strengthening pills appeared. Billowy Lady, you are stuck at the bottleneck of a stage 5 demon cultivator, right? Take these 2 qi strengthening pills. They will definitely help you break through to the peak of stage 6 demon cultivator. Qin Feng didn't even blink when he gave away the grade 4 qi stabilizing pill. He gave away 2 of them in one go. Ren Xiaoyao opened her mouth slightly. She was about to introduce the qi strengthening pills to Qin Feng. After all, it was a spiritual pill. Miraculous pills below grade 4 could not be compared to it. However, when Ren Xiaoyao was about to say it, she could not say it anymore. Thank you so much, Green Wolf. I was going to collect some medicinal ingredients to refine a cauldron of qi strengthening pills. I didn't expect you to get your hands on them. Hua Yin was overjoyed. She hugged Qin Feng and jumped up and down. Qin Feng felt something soft bouncing on his body. It was a wonderful feeling. While Qin Feng and Hua Yin were flirting with each other, Ren Xiao Yao was ignored. She was so angry that her lungs were about to explode. Ren Xiao Yao's arrogance instantly vanished. She finally realized that Green Wolf and Billowy Lady were both alchemists. There were very few alchemists in China, so why did two of them suddenly jump out today? Moreover, they seemed to be high-ranked alchemists. Ren Xiao Yao didn't know if she should be happy or angry. There was only one small pill bottle left in Ren Xiao Yao's hand. This pill bottle was smaller and more exquisite than all the previous ones. However, Ren Xiao Yao could no longer maintain her arrogance. When she opened the last pill bottle, there was no trace of emotion in it. The moment the bottle was opened, the aroma of medicine filled the air. The aroma was rich and pure, and it instantly enveloped the entire hall. Qin Feng and Hua Yin widened their eyes. This was because this pill bottle was obviously better than the previous ones. The spiritual energy released by the pill instantly increased the density of the spiritual energy in the hall. This is a 5th grade spiritual pill, the Essence Gathering Pill. This is also the best spiritual pill I have with me today. Originally, there were 3 pills in the bottle. I used 2 of them to break through to the next realm. As for the last pill, I'll use this Essence Gathering Pill to exchange for your purple creeping vine flower. Are you willing to accept this? Ren Xiao Yao said with a lack of confidence. She was truly shocked by Qin Feng's performance earlier. In fact, the purple creeping vine flower was one of the 3 main ingredients used to concoct the Violent Demon Pill. The Violent Demon Pill was a 5th grade spiritual pill. Ren Xiao Yao used another 5th grade spiritual pill to exchange for a purple creeping vine flower. In fact, it could even be said that Qin Feng had profited. After all, even if he had the purple creeping vine flower, he might not be able to concoct the Violent Demon Pill. On the other hand, the Essence Gathering Pill that Ren Xiao Yao gave him was indeed a 5th grade spiritual pill. However, Ren Xiao Yao was not confident. She felt that Green Wolf was a very powerful alchemist. He probably didn't even care about 5th grade spiritual pills. Ren Xiao Yao completely misunderstood Qin Feng. Qin Feng was a 4th grade alchemist, and Hua Yin was only a 3rd grade alchemist. Neither of them could concoct a 5th grade essence gathering pill. Qin Feng only had a few 1st grade elixirs on him. Coincidentally, he also had a few blood qi pills that Hua Yin had concocted. Qin Feng also concocted a few qi strengthening pills after he became a 4th grade alchemist not long ago. Now that Ren Xiao Yao suddenly took out the essence gathering pill, Qin Feng was very envious. Ahem, so it's the essence gathering pill. Your pills are just SOSO. I have them all, but I'm too lazy to take them out. Qin Feng pretended to be indifferent. Ren Xiao Yao's expression instantly became disappointed. She guessed that Qin Feng didn't care about the essence gathering pill. Qin Feng continued, however, since you're a member of our exploration team, I can exchange with you if you really want the purple creeping vine flower. Ren Xiao Yao's disappointment disappeared instantly. She jumped up excitedly. Really? You're willing to exchange the purple creeping vine flower for my essence gathering pill? Qin Feng said calmly. You're thinking too much. It's just one essence gathering pill. It's not worth that much. Of course, if you're willing to take out all the pills you have, I can consider exchanging with you. One essence gathering pill for one purple creeping vine flower was already a profit, but Qin Feng wasn't satisfied. He was asking for too much. Not only was Ren Xiaorao frightened, but even Hua Yin was stunned. This Qin Feng was really shameless, but Hua Yin liked it very much. Ren Xiao Yao angrily glared at Qin Feng. She felt that Green Wolf was too much of a scammer. However, Ren Xiao Yao really needed the purple creeping vine flower because the St. Medic Hall didn't have enough ingredients to refine the Violent Demon Pill. Okay, I agree. After hesitating for a long time, Ren Xiao Yao agreed. After all, the St. Medic still had the pills she had, but the St. Medic couldn't find the purple creeping vine flower in a short time. Very well. Give me the pills first, Qin Feng said calmly. When Ren Xiao Yao was about to throw the pill bottle at Qin Feng, She suddenly said, "No, you should give me the purple creeping vine flower first. What if you take the pills and leave?" Qin Feng's face darkened, and he snorted, "Tis. Do you think I care about your stupid pills? I've already said that I'm kind enough to trade with you, because you want the purple creeping vine flower. All right, I'm in a bad mood now, so I don't want to trade anymore. Billowy lady, let's go." Qin Feng hugged Hua Yan's slender waist and walked out. Rin Xiaoyao panicked and chased after him. "Green Wolf, don't be angry. I was just joking. I'll give you the pill bottle first," Rin Xiaoyao said humbly, but Qin Feng ignored her. "Hero Green Wolf, are you really leaving? Hey, I'll call you Master, okay? Master, do you still want to trade or not?" Chapter 682. Qin Feng walked to the exit of the hall and suddenly stopped. He turned around and looked at Rin Xiaoyao. "Are you sure you want to trade? You won't go back on your word this time?" Qin Feng complained. Rin Xiaoyao was furious. She knew it was a loss for her to trade a dozen bottles of pills for a purple creeping vine flower, but she had no choice. She had to hold it in and smile. "Haha, Hero Green Wolf, I won't do it this time. I didn't know the rules before, so please don't take offense." As Rin Xiaoyao spoke, she threw over a dozen bottles of pills. Qin Feng grabbed them and put them all in the system. Even though Qin Feng could refine pills below grade 4, he still needed hedonist points. Now that this silly girl was giving them to him for free, it would be a waste if he didn't take them. "Not bad. You're very tactful this time." Qin Feng was in a good mood after receiving a dozen bottles of pills. "Hero Green Wolf, can you give me my purple creeping vine flower now?" Rin Xiaoyao extended her little hand towards Qin Feng. Before Qin Feng could speak, Hua Yan extended her hand to give the purple creeping vine flower to Rin Xiaoyao. Qin Feng slapped Hua Yan's butt and said resentfully, "You silly girl, you're really giving it to me? Run!" Whoosh! As soon as Qin Feng finished speaking, he turned into a gust of wind and disappeared with Hua Yan in tow. Hua Yan still hadn't come back to her senses. She always thought that exchanging the purple creeping vine flower for a dozen bottles of pills was a good deal. She didn't think that Qin Feng would be such a scammer. In the end, he didn't even give Yao Yao the purple creeping vine flower. Hua Yan suddenly felt that she had followed the right man. She liked how Qin Feng was so generous to her and how he scammed other women. Rin Xiaoyao was stunned. She had lived for 22 years, but she had never seen such a shameless man like Qin Feng. Qin Feng dragged Hua Yan away for a long time before Rin Xiaoyao came back to her senses. She looked at the empty hall and saw that she was the only one standing there. A cold wind blew through the cave, and a bleak feeling rose from the bottom of Rin Xiaoyao's heart. Rin Xiaoyao was so angry that she cried, "You can't bully me like this. I'm the princess of the Saint Medicine Hall. Green Wolf, you bastard, just wait and see." Phew! Qin Feng, don't run anymore. I'm exhausted. Big breasts are really a burden. That silly girl didn't catch up. Let's rest for a while. Qin Feng dragged Hua Yan all the way from the hall to the exit of the ruins. Hua Yan squatted on the ground, panting. Her heart was about to jump out of her chest. Qin Feng was also tired. He glanced at the cave and was relieved to see that Rin Xiaoyao had not caught up. "Hero Green Wolf, you've finally come out." Just as the two of them squatted down, a burst of laughter came from behind them, giving Qin Feng a fright. "Li Tao, Senior White Cloud, you haven't left yet." Li Tao and White Cloud were standing at the entrance of the ruins. Both of them wanted to talk to Qin Feng in private, so they pretended to leave first. In fact, they were waiting for Qin Feng at the entrance of the ruins. They waited for a long time before Qin Feng came out. White Cloud looked at Qin Feng and Hua Yan, who was panting heavily. A profound light flashed in his eyes. Cough, cough. "Green Wolf, is that Yao Yao still in the cave? You didn't even bring her out after torturing her? She'll be fine, right?" Although White Cloud was wearing a white mask, Qin Feng could see through his eyes. There was a trace of wretchedness in his eyes. Qin Feng immediately felt that something was wrong. "Senior White Cloud, don't let your imagination run wild. I have nothing to do with Yao Yao. She said she wanted to stay in the ruins and search through it. Maybe she could find a treasure that others overlooked. Qin Feng casually found an excuse to hide it. Afraid that Ren Xiao Yao would chase after them, Qin Feng pulled White Cloud and Li Tao out of Ghost Mountain. It was already late at night. The moonlight outside Ghost Mountain was cold, and the wind was blowing. Most people would not dare to come to this place at night. Qin Feng and the others felt a little creepy walking on Ghost Mountain. "All right, Senior White Cloud, why are you staying here? Is something the matter?" Qin Feng saw that White Cloud had something to say, so he might as well start the conversation. White Cloud nodded, but he did not say anything. He glanced at Hua Yin and Li Tao. Qin Feng understood and followed White Cloud to the side. Now that there was no one around, Qin Feng asked, "Senior White Cloud, if you have something to say, just say it." White Cloud looked around again. After confirming that no one could hear them, he lowered his voice and said, "Young hero Green Wolf, you helped everyone and me this time. If I don't warn you, you won't be able to eat or sleep in peace. I suspect that the black-robed man has an illustrious identity. You have offended him this time, so be careful in the future." So White Cloud stayed behind to warn Qin Feng. This made Qin Feng feel somewhat comforted. However, Qin Feng already knew the black-robed man's identity without White Cloud's reminder. He was the Azure Dragon of China's 9 dragons. How could his identity not be illustrious? Did Senior White Cloud recognize the black-robed man? Who is he? Qin Feng pretended not to know. White Cloud's expression became serious. After a moment, he said, "I'm not sure who he is, but I can guess that he is one of China's 9 dragons." Qin Feng was slightly surprised. He didn't expect White Cloud to have such a rough guess. It seemed that White Cloud's identity was not low. Otherwise, he would have thought it through before he dared to stand up against Qin Feng when he guessed that the black-robed man was one of China's 9 dragons. "I see." Qin Feng nodded slightly. White Cloud's expression changed. "Huh. Young hero Green Wolf, aren't you afraid?" "Ah? Oh yeah, I'm so scared." Qin Feng was almost exposed. He quickly pretended to be afraid, but he didn't look like one at all. It was as if he was laughing at China's 9 dragons. White Cloud was shocked, but he quickly regained his composure. Green Wolf was a true Qi stage powerhouse, so it was normal for him not to be afraid of China's 9 dragons. It was said that 7 of China's 9 dragons were stage 9 inner Qi stage powerhouses. The other 2 dragons were very special. Rumor had it that one of them was half a step into the cultivation stage, and the other had condensed true Qi and completely comprehended the path of cultivation. Of course, these were all rumors. How many people had actually seen China's 9 dragons? And there was probably not a single person who could see all 9 dragons, right? It seems like this old man is worrying for nothing. Young hero Green Wolf is so young, but you've already stepped into the cultivation stage. China is going to change. I'll take my leave first. This time, I'm really leaving." White Cloud cupped his fist and bowed to Qin Feng. Qin Feng returned the gesture. When he raised his head, White Cloud was already out of sight. Since White Cloud was gone, Qin Feng quickly returned to where Hua Yin and Li Tao were waiting for him. As soon as he arrived, he saw Hua Yin scolding Li Tao. "You damned sissy. Get lost. Don't come near me. Big sister cat girl, I just want to be your good sister. Why are you so mean to me?" Li Tao was acting coquettishly. Hua Yin was so disgusted that she was about to vomit. She immediately shot out an ice ball at Li Tao. Li Tao quickly dodged it. After dodging the ice ball, Li Tao was not angry and continued to chase after Hua Yin. "Li Tao, are you looking for me?" Qin Feng couldn't stand it anymore and called out to Li Tao. When Hua Yin and Li Tao saw Qin Feng, they ran up to him excitedly. "Green Wolf, help me take care of this sissy. He's crazy, but he wants to be my best friend." Hua Yin was a very loyal and conservative woman. Ever since she became Qin Feng's woman in the cave, Hua Yin had changed Qin Feng's position in her heart. Now that she was angry, Hua Yin wanted to find her man to help her vent her anger. Qin Feng patted Hua Yin's head to comfort her. Li Tao didn't argue with Hua Yin anymore. He looked at Qin Feng with a smile and said, "Hero Green Wolf, you're really amazing. You've reached the true Qi stage. I really admire you." No, I already have a Prince Charming Qin Feng, but I still admire you. What should I do? Am I a woman who doesn't follow the chastity of a woman? I'm not good. What should I do? Li Tao looked at Qin Feng like a little girl who just had her first awakening of love. Qin Feng almost sent Li Tao flying with a kick. Hua Yin glared at Li Tao with hostility and jealousy. Hua Yin didn't know why she was jealous because of a man. If you're not looking for me, then I'll leave first. Qin Feng pulled Hua Yin and left. Li Tao was too disgusting. What did this brat do in his previous life? In this life, fate arranged for him to cultivate the little chrysanthemum treasure book. Li Tao hurriedly caught up and said coquettishly, "Hero Green Wolf, don't be angry. I'm staying because I want you to take me to Prince Charming Qin Feng." Qin Feng liked it when people called him Prince Charming. However, when he heard Li Tao call him Prince Charming, Qin Feng refused in his heart. "Li Tao, don't follow me. I don't know where Qin Feng is right now. I'll tell you when I have news." "That's right. You should need this secret manual. There are also a few bottles of medicinal pills for you. Go back and cultivate well. I wish you success." Qin Feng threw away the second volume of the little chrysanthemum treasure book and the medicinal pills found in the secret room and gave them to Li Tao. Qin Feng felt that these things were burning his hands. Li Tao looked at the second volume of the little chrysanthemum treasure book in his hand and was stunned. He had already finished cultivating the first volume and was looking for the second volume. This time, Li Tao came to search for the second volume of the little chrysanthemum treasure book. He didn't think that he would actually find it. Li Tao was extremely moved. He had a strong impulse to give himself to Green Wolf to repay his kindness. However, when Li Tao raised his head, Qin Feng and Hua Yin were long gone. "Hey, you damn sissy, did you see Green Wolf, that dog couple?" Suddenly, an angry shout came from behind Li Tao. It was little Demon Run who rushed out with the waning moon sword. Li Tao had just received the secret book from Green Wolf, and his heart was about to belong to Green Wolf. Now that someone wanted to cause trouble for Green Wolf, Li Tao was extremely angry. "Woman, why are you making a fuss? You're not feminine at all. Come, Big Sister will teach you how to be a tasteful woman. Follow Big Sister's movements and learn." Li Tao made a flirtatious gesture with his thumb and middle fingers. Little Demon Ren almost vomited. "You're crazy." Little Demon Ren snorted coldly. She really didn't want to talk to Li Tao, this sissy. She raised the waning moon sword and chased after Qin Feng and Hua Yin. Seeing this, Li Tao hurriedly went to stop her. "Girl, how can you be so rude? Big Sister is kind enough to teach you how to be a tasteful woman, yet you don't appreciate it?" Li Tao put his hands on his hips and angrily glared at Little Demon Run. Little Demon Run had a stomach full of anger after being tricked by Qin Feng. This time, she exploded and the aura of a stage 7 inner chi gushed out, scaring Li Tao. "You damn sissy. I'll ask you for the last time. Where did that dog couple go?" Li Tao originally wanted to teach Little Demon Ren a lesson, but after seeing her strength, he immediately gave up on the idea. "Ahem, are you talking about that dog couple? They ran in that direction," Li Tao said as he pointed in the direction opposite to Qin Feng and Hua Yin. Little Demon Run glared at Li Tao and walked away with her sword. "Humph. At least you know what's good for you. I'll spare your life." At this moment, Hua Yin was lying in Qin Feng's arms like a pitiful kitten. What entered Qin Feng's eyes was snow white. His nose was filled with a fragrant scent, and his hand was filled with a ball of softness. "Yin Yin, why are you afraid of the phoenix's cry? Your cry is much louder than the phoenix's." Qin Feng laughed evilly and pounced on her. Hua Yin was so scared that she wanted to resist, but she was quickly intoxicated by Qin Feng's warm and strong embrace. After an unknown period of time, the noise in the room became louder and louder. It felt like the entire villa was shaking violently, waking Chong Xian up from her sweet dream. The first thing she thought of when she woke up was an earthquake. Soon, Chong Xian was wide awake. She realized that it wasn't an earthquake because she heard Hua Yan's strange cry from the room next door. "Why does it sound like that?" Chong Xian was so shocked that she jumped off the bed. She didn't even have time to put on her clothes. She rushed to Hua Yan's door and heard Hua Yan's cry. She could even hear a familiar male voice. Chang Xian had lived with Hua Yan for a long time, but she didn't know when Hua Yan had a boyfriend. How could she bring a man home? How could she do such a thing? Chang Xian was a little angry. She had always treated Hua Yan like her own little sister. When Qin Feng first moved into the villa, Chang Xian had scolded Qin Feng countless times for bullying Hua Yan. Why did such a well-behaved little sister become so frivolous all of a sudden? Her cry was so unpleasant that it made Chang Xian's heart palpitate. Chang Xian stood at the door for a long time. She couldn't bear it anymore. She turned around and was about to leave, but she stopped after a few steps. Chang Xian had never experienced such a thing in her life. She didn't expect Yin Yin to be the first one to try it out. Young people nowadays are really something. No, Yin Yin is my dear little sister. I have to help her. If this man isn't good enough, I'll persuade Yin Yin to break up with him. Chang Xian found an excuse to convince herself. Then, like a thief, she tiptoed to the door and tried to open it. Clack! Chang Xian twisted the door, but it didn't open. It was locked from the inside. However, this wasn't a problem for Chang Xian since she was the landlord. She kept a spare key for Hua Yan's room. A few moments later, Chang Xian ran back with the key in her hand. Her heart was beating wildly, as if she was going to steal something. She was nervous, scared, and excited. Chang Xian inserted the key into the keyhole and twisted it. With a click, the door's lock was unlocked. Chang Xian's heart almost jumped out of her throat. The sound of the door being unlocked was loud, but it was drowned out by Hua Yan's cries. No one in the room noticed it at all. Chang Xian was only wearing a thin silk nightgown. Under the sunlight, the scenery underneath the nightgown was faintly discernible. She patted her chest, causing her large breasts to shake. She exhaled a few mouthfuls of turbid air and finally calmed down. Then, she slowly opened the door. Bang! As soon as the door was opened, Chang Xian was stunned by the scene before her. She slipped and rolled into Hua Yan's room. While Hua Yan and Qin Feng were enjoying themselves, they suddenly stopped and stared at Chang Xian, who had rolled all the way to the edge of the bed with astonished expressions. The atmosphere in the room froze, and the whole room froze. Qin Feng and Hua Yan did not dare to move an inch. They maintained the difficult posture. Chang Xian did not even dare to lift her head. She felt that she had been humiliated. Sister Chang X, what are you doing? Hua Yan stuttered when she finally regained her senses. Chang Xian instinctively lifted her head and screamed in fear. She did not see the man's face clearly earlier. Now that she had a clear view of him, she felt uneasy. Qin Feng, when did you come back? Chang Xian had been looking for Qin Feng. She did not expect that Qin Feng would suddenly appear in her villa and do that with Hua Yan. After Qin Feng returned from his adventure, he had reverted to his original appearance. He did not plan to reveal his identity as Xiao Feng to Hua Yan. It was not because he did not trust Hua Yan, but because he did not want to bring trouble to Hua Yan. Chang Xian stared at Qin Feng and Hua Yan with her mouth agape. Both of them were embarrassed. This was a very difficult action for the two of them. It was difficult to even pull a blanket over them, so they could only maintain it. Qin Feng couldn't take it anymore. He couldn't move at all. It was torture. Qin Feng smiled at Chang Xian and said, Xian, long time no see. Did you miss me? Do you want to come with me? Chang Xian nodded. Chang Xian finally regained her senses and realized the situation she was in. She shrieked and ran out of Hua Yan's room in fright. Qin Feng and Hua Yan heaved a long sigh of relief after Chang Xian left. Hua Yan wanted to get down from the bed, but Qin Feng refused. What are you doing? Hua Yan stared at Qin Feng in astonishment. Of course I'm going to continue. Ah, Sister Chang Xian found out. Aren't you afraid that she will kill you? So what if she found out? We did it willingly. What does it have to do with her? If she wants to do it, she can do it, Qin Feng said matter-of-factly. Hua Yan screamed again. She panted and said, You are so bad. Sister Chang Xian seems to like you too. I'm embarrassed to see her in the future. Sigh. Sister Chang Xin must hate me to death. Qin Feng did not mind at all. He smiled and said, "That's easy. You can help me win Chang Xin's heart. You two will still be good sisters in the future." Hua Yin was enlightened. She shouted excitedly, "That's right. That's a good idea. I'll give it a try." Chang Xin stumbled all the way back to her room. She felt as if her whole body was on fire when she recalled what she saw. The commotion in the room next door started again. Chang Xin was almost tortured to death by Qin Feng and Hua Yin. She wanted to go to the kitchen and chop Qin Feng into pieces. However, she did not even have the courage to enter Hua Yin's room. Chang Xin sat on the edge of the bed, and the light in her eyes dimmed as if her soul had been sucked out of her body. She had fallen in love with Qin Feng, and the time they spent together in the villa was warm and happy. After that, Qin Feng taught Chang Xin how to use the Needle of Destiny, and he even saved Chang Xin at a bar. It was also because he saved Chang Xin that he offended Xiaoshan and was expelled from the university. The past with Qin Feng flashed in Chang Xin's mind. However, all these memories were gone. The commotion in the room next door was getting louder and louder. Chang Xin was worried that the villa would be destroyed by the two of them. Now that Qin Feng and Hua Yin had reached this stage, Chang Xin had lost all hope. After an unknown period of time, the commotion finally died down. Chang Xin's heart, that was beating wildly in her chest, gradually calmed down. After a while, Chang Xin's door was pushed open. Chang Xin was startled when she saw Qin Feng walking into the room with a cheeky smile on his face. She wrapped her blanket tightly around herself. "Long time no see. Beauty Chang Xin." Qin Feng swaggered to Chang Xin's bed and sat down. When Chang Xin saw Qin Feng, she was immediately reminded of their brief parting. Her cheeks flushed red. What are you doing in my room? Get out of here. We haven't seen each other for a long time. Why are you chasing me away? You're being too unkind." Qin Feng ignored Chang Xin's words and continued to sit on Chang Xin's bed. Chang Xin's body trembled in fear. "Don't tell me that this beast is still not satisfied after playing with Hua Yin and wants to kill me? Oh, right. Didn't you want to learn how to use the Needle of Destiny? In fact, you must learn how to circulate your energy before using the Needle of Destiny. Here's a blood chi pill for you. Once you consume it, your energy will appear in your body." After bidding farewell to Hua Yin, Qin Feng came to bid farewell to Chang Xin. Since the William family's mission was over, the Dragon Gate was holding a celebratory feast. Qin Feng had to return to his residence to attend the feast. Chang Xin stared at the fiery red pill in Qin Feng's hand. She was alarmed. "What is this? It's as red as blood. Don't tell me you're trying to drug me." I won't eat it." Chang Xin's heart was still filled with resentment. Qin Feng really hooked up with Hua Yin. Moreover, the two of them even dared to have sex in the next room. Does he think I'm invisible? Qin Feng knew what Chang Xin was thinking, but he couldn't explain it in a short time. Since Hua Yin had promised Qin Feng to win Chang Xin's heart, Qin Feng didn't have to worry about it anymore. "I'll leave the pill by your bed. You can eat it if you want, or throw it away if you don't." Chapter 684. Jindu City. Soaring Cloud Mansion. Dragon Sex Banquet was held here tonight. Soaring Cloud Mansion was Purple Dragon's territory. The banquet hall of Soaring Cloud Mansion was decorated with gold and jade, comparable to the palace. 2 rows of dining cars were filled with all kinds of delicacies, as well as expensive drinks and snacks. Many people had already gathered in Soaring Cloud Mansion, men and women of all kinds. These people were all members of Dragon Sect. Usually, they hid in the dark to complete difficult missions for China. Deserts, glaciers, forests, caves, there was no place that these super agents couldn't go, and there was no mission that China couldn't complete. Everyone present could be said to be extraordinary, and their contributions to Huaxiao were also fruitful. Everyone was usually very busy, and they liked this kind of celebration banquet the most. The men all wore suits and leather shoes. Their hair was meticulously combed, and their shoes were polished. Most of the women wore cheongsams and skirts, and some wore evening gowns. They were either rich ladies or sexy ladies. Vice Leader Song is here, someone suddenly exclaimed in the crowd. The people who were flirting, chatting, and eating stopped what they were doing and walked toward the entrance of Soaring Cloud Mansion. Huh? Vice Leader Song, I haven't seen you for a few months, and you're getting younger. Vice Leader Song's aura changed again. It's only been a few months. Did you break through again? Vice Leader Song, I'm a new member of Xian Group, Ling Tian. I'll be counting on you in the future. Song Chongqing wore a well-ironed suit that covered his beer belly. As the vice leader of Dragon Sect Xian Group, his status was quite prominent. Now that he walked into the room, everyone surrounded him and fawned on him. Song Chongqing enjoyed the feeling of being the center of attention, but he pretended to be calm and deep. He didn't talk to anyone, but just nodded at them as a response. Brothers of Dragon Sect, tonight is to celebrate the success of Huang Group's vice leader Yin Wushuang and Dragon Sect's new member Xiaofeng. Everyone eat and have a good time tonight. I hope you'll work hard to complete the missions given to you by Dragon Sect in the future. The next reward will be given to some of you. Song Chongqing arrived at the very center of the hall. Only then did he raise his stance and say a few words. Everyone immediately applauded and cheered, giving Song Chongqing enough face. Not long after Song Chongqing arrived, 3 people walked into the Soaring Cloud Mansion, 2 men and 1 woman. The woman in the middle was tall and slender. She wore a tight black outfit that outlined the curves of her body incisively and vividly. Her purple wig was sexy and flamboyant. Many people were drooling when they saw the girl. She was the #1 beauty of the Dragon Gate, Yin Wushuang. She was also one of the 4 fairies of the capital. Many people had their eyes on her, but no one had ever succeeded in getting her. As soon as Yin Wushuang entered the Soaring Cloud Mansion, her gaze swept across the crowd. However, she didn't see Qin Feng's figure. Suddenly, her beautiful eyes dimmed. Lei Ming, the leader of the Huang Group, and Lu Yunyun, the instructor of the Huang Group, followed Yin Wushuang into the room. Lei Ming had a strong body and a neat crew cut. He looked very spirited. Lu Yunyun, on the other hand, had elegant long hair. His skin was fair and tender, and his behavior was gentle and weak. He looked like a girl. As soon as the 3 of them entered the room, everyone surrounded them with a smile. Vice Leader Yin, congratulations. You've made a great contribution to the Dragon Gate this time. Vice Leader Yin, I haven't seen you for a few days. You're getting more and more beautiful. Whoever can marry Vice Leader Yin must be blessed by 8 lifetimes. Most of the people that surrounded them were trying to flirt with Yin Wushuang. Lei Ming and Lu Yunyun were ignored. Although their positions were 1 level higher than Yin Wushuang's, they couldn't do anything about it. Yin Wushuang's position in the Dragon Gate was small, but she was very famous. Some people walked into the Soaring Cloud Mansion one after another. However, they were all members of the Huang Group or the Xian Group. Their positions were equal, so they didn't cause a commotion like when Yin Wushuang and Song Chongqing came in. This celebration banquet was a joint celebration between the Huang Group and the Xian Group. A leader of the Dragon Gate was needed to preside over the meeting. However, the leader of the Dragon Gate didn't come this time. It was said that Zilong of China was in charge of the meeting. Except for Zilong of China, the vice leader of the Xian Group, Song Chongqing, had the highest position, followed by Lei Ming and Lu Yunyun, and then Yin Wushuang. At this time, the crowd was also divided into 4 groups. Each of the 4 leaders was surrounded by a group of people. However, Yin Wushuang was surrounded by the most people. Moreover, almost all of them were men. It was obvious that they were here to court Yin Wushuang. Almost all the people that should come had arrived, but the banquet hadn't started yet. Some people had already begun to whisper to each other. They didn't know who Song Chongqing was waiting for, and Zilong of China hadn't shown up yet. However, the Soaring Cloud Mansion was Zilong's territory, so he was probably already there. There's someone else? Who is he? Why haven't I seen him before? He's definitely not from our Xian Group. He's not from the Huang Group either. I think he came to the wrong place. He doesn't know that the Soaring Cloud Mansion has been booked by the Dragon Sect tonight. He'll be chased away by the security guards soon. Just when everyone was discussing why the banquet hadn't started yet, a man slowly walked in from outside the door and attracted everyone's attention. The man was dressed in a white suit. He was well-built and had an extraordinary temperament. However, his appearance was too ordinary. Many people looked at him over and over again, but they still couldn't remember him. "Hey, you've come to the wrong place. This place has been booked by the dragon sect tonight. Get out of here, you brat." As soon as Qin Feng entered the room, a man in a black suit jumped out. It was Ling Tian, who had just been promoted to the Xian group. He was still flattering Song Chongqing just now. There weren't many dragon sect banquets like this. There were only 5 or 6 banquets a year. During each banquet, everyone would try their best to show off their abilities so that the leaders and members of the groups would remember them. Seeing that Ling Tian had jumped out to show off, many people in the crowd shook their heads and sighed. Such a good opportunity to show off had been snatched away. "Who booked this place?" Qin Feng looked at Ling Tian with a smile. "You'll be scared to death if I tell you. The Soaring Cloud Mansion has been booked by the Dragon Sect tonight. Get out of here, you brat." The people of the Dragon Sect were all arrogant. After all, the Dragon Sect was the most secretive organization in China. If you weren't arrogant, you would be letting down the name of the Dragon Sect. Ling Tian thought that Qin Feng would be scared out of his wits when he heard the 2 words Dragon Sect. He didn't expect Qin Feng to remain calm and said with a smile, "Oh, so it's the Dragon Sect who booked this place. Then I'm not in the wrong place." Everyone was stunned. Why do I feel that this brat is a bit stupid? After Ling Tian came back to his senses, his expression turned cold and he asked, "You're from the Dragon Sect? Why haven't I seen you before?" "I'm not from the Dragon Sect." "Of course you haven't seen me before," Qin Feng said as a matter of fact. Ling Tian felt that he was fooled. He was instantly enraged. "You're not from the Dragon Sect, and you said you're in the right place? I think you're here to look for trouble, aren't you? You're courting death by looking for trouble with the Dragon Sect." How could Ling Tian keep his face after being fooled in public? He roared angrily and punched at Qin Feng. Rumble! A muffled sound echoed in the air. Everyone looked at Qin Feng with schadenfreude. It was as if they could see him flying out of the hall in the next second. Suddenly, the scene changed. Ling Tian was sent flying. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back and looked at everyone with a smile. Bang! Ling Tian fell heavily on the ground. Just the sound of his landing was enough to make people feel pain. Ling Tian felt as if his body was about to fall apart. He spat out a mouthful of blood as soon as he got up. Everyone was dumbfounded. Their jaws dropped to the ground. This place was booked by the Dragon Sect tonight. How could someone be so reckless and come looking for trouble with the Dragon Sect? Also, Ling Tian had just been promoted from the Huang group to the Xian group. He was at the peak of Stage 7 energy. How could he be sent flying so easily? More than half of the people present didn't even know when Qin Feng attacked. The entire Soaring Cloud Mansion fell into silence. Even the air seemed to freeze. Yan Wushuang was angry and anxious when she saw Qin Feng causing trouble as soon as he arrived. She wanted to rush up and scold Qin Feng. Song Chongqing, Lei Ming, and Lu Yunyun regained their senses. They stared at Qin Feng coldly. They knew Qiao Feng was Green Wolf. Not long ago, Green Wolf killed Qin Feng, who was a Stage 9 energy expert, with one punch. Song Chongqing and the other 2 couldn't vent their anger because they were afraid that they couldn't defeat Green Wolf. Ahem! How dare you fight in the Soaring Cloud Mansion? How dare you disrupt the Dragon Sect celebration party? Who are you? Vice Leader Song. You have to uphold justice for me. Ling Tian originally wanted to act cool in front of everyone, but in the end, he ended up being beaten into a retard. Everyone looked at Ling Tian sympathetically, but they didn't dare to say anything. Since the 4 leaders didn't say anything, how could they, the subordinates, make noise? Song Chongqing felt embarrassed, but Ling Tian added a stab to his face. Now, Song Chongqing had no choice but to stand up. Qiao Feng, why did you hurt him? Song Chongqing's expression was cold, and his body emitted a powerful aura. Qin Feng's expression changed slightly. Song Chongqing was a Stage 9 energy expert. Qin Feng's understanding of Stage 9 inner chi was blurred. Recently, he had met many Stage 9 inner chi experts. Bai Yun was a Stage 9 inner chi expert, and so was 9 Dragons of China. Even Song Changsheng was a Stage 9 inner chi expert. However, Qin Feng realized that there was a big difference in their strength. Bai Yun didn't dare to say anything in front of Azure Dragon, but they were all Stage 9 inner chi experts. Song Changsheng wasn't very powerful in Qin Feng's eyes. He was even confident that he could fight him to a draw. However, Song Changsheng was also a Stage 9 inner chi expert. Therefore, the Stage 9 inner chi wasn't divided so crudely. Qin Feng felt that he should ask someone when he had time. He attacked first. I was just defending myself. Song Changsheng's imposing manner intimidated many people, but it couldn't intimidate Qin Feng. Qin Feng's expression was still calm. There's a reason why I attacked. This place is reserved by the Dragon Sect tonight. I told you to get lost, so of course I had to attack. Ling Tian quickly quibbled. I'm here to participate in the Dragon Sect's celebration banquet. Why should I leave? Qin Feng curled his lips and said, You said that you're not a member of the Dragon Sect, so what right do you have to participate in the celebration banquet? You're obviously here to cause trouble. Ling Tian thought that Qin Feng's brain had a problem. He was confused by Qin Feng's words. Qin Feng also thought that Ling Tian was an idiot. He smiled and said, Indeed, I'm not a member of the Dragon Sect now. However, the Dragon Sect is holding a celebration banquet for me tonight. During the celebration banquet, they will officially invite me to join the Dragon Sect. Ling Tian almost spat out a mouthful of blood again. This time, Qin Feng didn't attack, but Ling Tian felt that his internal injuries were worse than before. The hall suddenly became noisy. Everyone discussed Qin Feng with different expressions. It turned out that this ordinary-looking man was the main character of the night. Chapter 685. Are you fucking crazy? Why didn't you make it clear from the start? Otherwise, would this have happened? Ling Tian was so angry that he yelled at the top of his lungs. Qin Feng's expression didn't change. He said calmly, You didn't ask clearly. Why should I make it clear to you? Anyway, you're the one getting beaten up, not me. I think this is pretty good. Qin Feng was strong and had a silver tongue. He definitely had the potential to dominate the martial arts world. Ling Tian was so angry that he almost vomited blood. He already regretted jumping out and acting tough. If he could do it over again, he would definitely give this chance to someone else. Humph. You're just a newbie who hasn't joined the Dragon Sect yet, and you dare to be so arrogant. Group Leader Song, you saw it, right? Please uphold justice for me. Ling Tian knew he wasn't Qin Feng's opponent, so he asked Song Changsheng to step in. The relationship within the Dragon Sect was complicated. Each group fought openly and secretly. When the Dragon Sect was first established, the Heaven, Earth, Profound, and Yellow groups didn't have different levels. Later on, because the Heaven group completed the most missions, their status became higher and higher. They became the leader of the 4 groups, followed by the Earth group. The Black and Yellow groups' mission completion rates weren't that different, but because the Black group used to be stronger than the Yellow group, the Black group was now 1 level higher than the Yellow group. Not only was Song Changsheng more powerful in front of Lei Ming and Lu Yunyun, but even the members of the Black group snorted at the members of the Yellow group. The Black group's vice group leader Song Changsheng had the highest status. Ling Tian didn't believe he couldn't control Qin Feng. Just wait to die, brat. Vice group leader Song Xiao Feng just made a contribution, and as a newbie, he doesn't know some of the Dragon Sect's rules. I think this matter should end here. Before Song Changsheng could speak, Yin Wushuang stood up. As soon as she stood up, everyone around her gasped. Yin Wushuang was famous for being a lone ranger. She did everything alone and didn't like to interact with others. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been given the title of the capital's cold fairy. Who would have thought that such a cold and heartless woman would stand up and plead with Song Changsheng for a newbie like Xiao Feng? Deputy Team Leader Song, Deputy Team Leader Yin is right. Tonight is a festive day, so let's forget about this matter. Hee hee, alright, since the 2 heroes are here tonight, let's officially start the banquet. Tonight is the Huang group's big day, and so many brothers from the Xin group are here too. Let's eat, drink, and have a good time. Lu Yinyan and Lei Ming stood up. Not long ago, the two of them had allied with Song Changsheng to suppress Qiao Feng in the Dragon's Gates base in Martial Artist Town. Only a few days had passed, and the two of them immediately changed their stance. This was because they did not expect Qiao Feng to successfully complete the William family's mission. Now that Qiao Feng had brought glory to the Huang group, the two leaders of the Huang group naturally had to stand up for him. As the instructors and team leaders of the Huang group, they had to swallow their anger and listen to Song Changsheng. They had been unhappy for a long time, but they couldn't find a chance to retaliate. Now that the opportunity had come, the two of them immediately changed their attitude. Lei Ming didn't even ask for Song Changsheng's opinion. He even specifically said that tonight was the Huang group's celebration banquet, and that the brothers of the Xian group were able to enjoy it because of the Huang group. Some people understood the hidden meaning, while others didn't. However, Song Changsheng clearly understood. He was suddenly thrown to the side by Lei Ming and Lu Yunyan. He was so angry that his eyeballs almost popped out. "Hey, who told you to disperse? Our deputy team leader Song hasn't said anything yet. So who said the celebration banquet has officially started? All of you, stand properly." Ling Tian looked at Song Changsheng's cold expression and immediately understood the situation. He had just joined the Xian group, so he immediately wanted to express his sincerity. He helped Song Changsheng yell out the words that he couldn't say. This yell scared everyone, and the cheering crowd immediately quieted down. Song Changsheng was so angry that his nose was crooked. He had already been slapped in the face, so he could only swallow his anger. However, Ling Tian pulled the matter back and pushed Song Changsheng to the edge of the cliff. If there wasn't anyone else here, Song Changsheng really wanted to slap this idiot Ling Tian to death. Lei Ming and Lu Yunyan were slightly stunned, but very quickly, the corner of their mouth raised into a smile. They felt that it was enough to slap Song Changsheng's face, or else it wouldn't look good for everyone. However, an idiot came out of the Xian group and pushed Song Changsheng's face out for them to slap. If they didn't slap him, they would be letting Ling Tian down. Deputy Team Leader Song, what do you mean by this? Do you really want to make things difficult for our Huang group? Deputy Team Leader Song, today is the Huang group's big day. Qiao Feng has officially joined the Dragon Gate and become a member of our Huang group. You want to bully him again and again? Don't tell me you have something against me and Instructor Lu? Lu Yunyan and Lei Ming vented out the anger they had been holding in for a long time. That feeling wasn't too good. It was even more exciting than rolling in bed. Song Changsheng's face was already the color of a pig's liver. His hands behind his back were clenched into fists, and his nails had already sunk into his flesh. Ling Tian suddenly felt that something was wrong. He originally wanted to use Song Changsheng's position to suppress Qiao Feng, but why did he suddenly anger the two leaders of the Huang group? Ling Tian felt that he had made a mistake, and was so scared that his legs were trembling. He quickly thought of a way to make up for his stupidity, and said, "Deputy Team Leader Song, I think what Team Leader Lei and Instructor Lu said is very reasonable. I was indeed too excited just now. I should have clearly asked Brother Qiao Feng's identity. Tonight is a celebration feast specially for Brother Qiao Feng. I apologize to Brother Qiao Feng. Also, Team Leader Lei, Instructor Lu, don't be angry. I think this matter should end here." Ling Tian didn't think that a few words of his would cause the situation to develop into a battle between the Huang group and the Xian group's higher-ups. How could a small follower like him bear this kind of responsibility? Ling Tian took the initiative to apologize to Qin Feng, and even apologized to Lu Yunyan and Lei Ming. He didn't dare to think too much and just hoped that this matter would end quickly. Qin Feng, Lu Yunyan, and the others were all amused by Ling Tian. They even suspected that this person was a spy hidden in the Xian group. In the end, he was one of them. If Qin Feng had known earlier, he would have been more lenient. Song Changsheng stood on the spot, and he was so angry that his teeth made cracking sounds. Ling Tian was now a member of the Xian group, and he publicly apologized to Qin Feng and the Huang group's team leader instructor. Wasn't this the same as the Xian group lowering their heads to the Huang group? You bastard, get the hell away from me. Song Chongsheng could not hold it in any longer and sent a kick towards Ling Tian. Rumble. With a loud sound, Song Chongsheng's stage 9 inner chi surged and collapsed. Ling Yun's body was like a kite with a broken string, directly flying out and smashing into the wall of the hall. This time, he couldn't even pull himself out. The Xian group wasn't made up of idiots like Ling Tian. Otherwise, the Xian group would really be crippled. At this time, a white figure suddenly flashed and jumped out from the group behind Song Chongsheng. The man was wearing a white suit, even whiter than Qin Feng's suit. He had an imposing appearance, and he was staring coldly at Qin Feng. Xiao Feng, right? My name is Yun Fan. You injured a member of my Xian group. This matter won't end so easily. I'll fight you. As Yun Fan's voice fell, his figure had already shot out. He slapped both of his palms together, and the air instantly emitted a violent wind-breaking sound. The Xian group's vice team leader Song Chongsheng was furious. Everyone in the Xian group could see that they were about to jump out and pressure the Huang group, but Yun Fan was one step faster. Qin Feng stood with his hands behind his back, and his expression didn't change. The moment Yun Fan made his move, everyone could see his strength. His inner chi was at the peak of stage 8 inner chi. Yun Fan was said to be one of the most outstanding people in the Xian group. His mission completion rate was as high as 80%, and he was also one of the best in the group. As long as he was given a few more years, it was only a matter of time before he stepped into the stage 9 inner chi that all martial artists yearned for. Even Lu Yunyan and Lei Ming were a little nervous when such an expert suddenly attacked. Yan Wu Shuang even cried out in alarm, reminding Qin Feng to be careful. Qin Feng's expression didn't change, and he didn't react to Yun Fan's approach. If it was the Qin Feng from 2 hours ago, he would definitely have a headache facing a peak stage 8 inner chi expert. At that time, Qin Feng was only a stage 7 inner chi expert, and he could at most fight a peak stage 8 inner chi expert. Moreover, the battle would be extremely fierce, and he wouldn't be able to defeat a stage 8 inner chi expert easily. However, 2 hours ago, Qin Feng had used the essence gathering pill from Xiao Yao to break through to stage 8 inner chi. As a stage 8 inner chi expert, Qin Feng could easily defeat a stage 9 inner chi expert. Therefore, when he sensed that Song Chongsheng was a stage 9 inner chi expert, he didn't take him seriously. Yun Fan had already arrived beside Qin Feng, and his fist was less than 5 centimeters away from the tip of Qin Feng's nose. The hall fell into a deathly silence. The members of the Huang group and the Xian group had different expressions on their faces. Half of them were frightened, and the other half were gloating. Bang! That muffled sound finally spread out, and it was even more violent than expected. However, the scene was unexpected. Qin Feng stood in his original position without moving, while Yun Fan, who attacked like a ferocious tiger, was sent flying. When everyone could see his figure again, he was also stuck in the wall, landing beside Ling Tian. What's going on? What did I miss? Why was Yun Fan sent flying? This doesn't make sense. Who is Xiao Feng? He defeated a stage 8 inner chi expert with one punch. Are you sure he's a new member of the Huang group? All sorts of exclamations and discussions broke out in the surroundings. Everyone was stunned by Qin Feng's strength. If Xiao Feng could send a stage 8 inner chi expert flying with one punch, then he must be a stage 9 inner chi expert. How many stage 9 inner chi experts were there in China? Why did one appear out of nowhere? Moreover, this person was too young. Song Chongsheng was dumbfounded. He knew that Green Wolf was a stage 9 inner chi expert, but there was a very detailed division between stage 9 inner chi experts. Qin Feng's strength was much stronger than Song Chongsheng had expected. Song Chongsheng didn't dare to attack Qin Feng anymore. He could only stand there and swallow his anger. Chapter 686. Everyone was shocked when Qin Feng sent Yun Fan, a stage 8 inner chi expert, flying with one punch. Song Chongqing's wrinkled face was as long as a donkey's face. However, he didn't dare to vent his anger because he couldn't figure out Xiao Feng's true strength. Song Chongqing didn't dare to speak, and the members of the black group didn't even dare to let out a fart. They were glad that Yin Fan had taken the opportunity to show off. Huh? Vice Group Leader Song, how did your black group cultivate so many idiots? You didn't even say anything, and they're already jumping up and down. They don't respect you, the Vice Group Leader. Lei Ming came back to his senses and couldn't help but laugh. Lu Yinyin was also very excited. He added, Vice Group Leader Song, is there something wrong with the way you manage your subordinates? Just take it that our young hero Qiao Feng taught your two subordinates a lesson. Vice Group Leader Song, you don't need to thank us. We're all brothers. The two leaders of the yellow group mocked Song Chongqing openly, and the members of the yellow group also laughed. They were usually suppressed by the black group. They threw all kinds of arduous and unrewarding missions to the yellow group like garbage. Sometimes, when the missions were completed, the rewards were taken by the black group. From the leaders to the members of the yellow group, they had long been unhappy with the black group. They had tolerated them for so long, and today, Qiao Feng finally helped them vent their anger. The members of the yellow group couldn't help but laugh 3 times. The laughter stopped abruptly, and everyone's expression changed drastically. The hall was suddenly covered with a strange aura. That aura was surging and majestic, like thunder and lightning rolling over. Many people's inner chi was bound in an instant. If an enemy attacked them at this time, these people would not even have a chance to resist. Lu Yunyan and Lei Ming couldn't breathe under the pressure of this powerful aura. Yen Wushuang's face turned pale. Qin Feng, who stood in the center of the hall, also had a change of expression. He was too familiar with this aura. It was Zilong. Who dares to cause trouble in the soaring cloud mansion? You even injured 2 members of the Dragon Sect's black group. You really don't know your place. A majestic voice came from the sky, but the speaker couldn't be seen. The people of the Dragon's Gate were frightened. They quickly looked around, feeling as though they were facing a great enemy. Qin Fen had already calmed down. This wasn't the first time he had met Zilong. This old man really liked to act pretentious. Every time he came out, he would make such a big scene and make himself very mysterious. Didn't he feel tired? Su Xiaodian clearly knew Qiao Feng, but he pretended not to know him. The last time Ouyang Feng beat Su Xiaodian up in the soaring cloud manner, it was a complete slap to his face. However, no one dared to spread this matter because everyone wanted to live a little longer. No one dared to spread Zilong's scandal. It was as if the matter of Zilong being beaten up did not happen at all. It did not cause any commotion, and none of the Dragon Sect members present knew about it. However, Su Xiaodian did not plan to let Qiao Feng off so easily. This celebration banquet should have been hosted by one of the Dragon Gate superiors, but Zilong volunteered to host it. He wanted revenge. He was the purple dragon Su Xiaodian, one of the 9 dragons of China. He wanted to regain his dignity in the same place. He wanted to beat Qiao Feng up. Rumble. Suddenly, a muffled sound came from the sky above the hall like a flash of thunder. This loud sound was accompanied by a dark shadow. The dark shadow was as fast as lightning. It fell from the sky and landed on the ground in an instant. The man wore a gray Taoist robe that fluttered in the wind. His old and dignified face was exposed in the air. He is Hua, China, Zilong. Rumble, someone in the crowd exclaimed. Like a sudden clap of thunder, the crowd burst into an uproar. China's purple dragon, Su Xiaotian. It's really him. Whoa, I finally saw one of the 9 dragons of China. I've been in the Dragon Sect for more than 10 years, and I finally saw one of them. The appearance of Zilong brought an unprecedented shock to the crowd. Even the scene when Song Chongqing and Yin Wushuang arrived couldn't compare to 1/10 of the current chaos. The 9 dragons of Huaxia were all mysterious and rare. They were like dragons that only showed their heads but not their tails. They represented the 9 strongest experts of Huaxia. Any warrior that practiced martial arts in the secular world hoped to see the 9 dragons of Huaxia, because everyone wanted to see how powerful the strongest experts of Huaxia were. Su Xiaodian seemed to enjoy the crowd's shock and excitement. He stood in front of Qiao Feng and didn't rush to speak. He let the crowd shout and shout like crazy. Although Su Xiaodian hadn't made his move yet, the vigorous momentum in the hall and Zilong's domineering entrance had subdued most of the people. The 9 dragons of China were indeed worthy of their reputation. Only with such strength could they be immortal in the world of acting tough. The moment Qin Feng saw Zilong, he knew Zilong was here to cause trouble for him. Since that was the case, Qin Feng didn't want to be courteous with Zilong anymore. He shouted impatiently, "You old fart, will you die if you don't act tough? You always fly down from the 3rd floor. Be careful that you don't fall to your death." Qin Feng's words shattered everyone's hearts. Is there something wrong with this guy's brain? Even if Qiao Feng defeated Yun Fan and Ling Tian in a domineering manner, how dare he blaspheme Zilong? Everyone could already imagine Qiao Feng's miserable ending. Su Xiaotian's body trembled under his gray robe. He was so angry that he almost fell to the ground. Ouyang Feng was present at the soaring cloud mansion, so Su Xiaodian had no choice but to swallow his anger. These days, Su Xiaodian had sent people to keep an eye on Ouyang Feng. He was sure that the old monster, Ouyang Feng, had left and wouldn't suddenly return. Without Ouyang Feng to back Xiao Feng up, Su Xiaodian wasn't afraid of Qiao Feng. "You're courting death." Su Xiaodian didn't like Qin Feng for just a day or two. Ever since he was beaten by Ouyang Feng, Zilong couldn't eat or sleep. Su Xiaodian didn't waste time talking nonsense. Suddenly, a withered old palm emerged from his gray robe. He was 5 to 6 meters away from Qin Feng, but the distance disappeared in an instant. In the blink of an eye, Su Xiaotian's palm was about to land on Qin Feng's chest. Rumble! When the palm landed, the air was filled with the sound of wind breaking. Unfortunately, Zilong's palm hit nothing but air. He actually hit nothing but air. The atmosphere instantly dropped to a freezing point. Everyone was waiting to see Zilong turn Qiao Feng into a bloody mist. Even if it wasn't that exaggerated, it should at least break all of Qiao Feng's ribs and collarbone. In the end, Zilong hit nothing but air? Was this the power of China's 9 dragons? This Zilong couldn't be a fake, could he? Su Xiaodian was dumbfounded. He even forgot to retract his palm. Su Xiaodian stared at his palm blankly. There was no one in front of him. Even if he didn't use his full strength, it was at least 80% of his strength. How could he hit nothing but air? Old man, are you playing Tai Chi? How could your palm touch me when it's so slow? If there's nothing else, go home and rest. We still need to hold a celebration party. There's a generation gap between us at your age. Why don't you go out and turn left to dance in the square? Qin Feng didn't know when he arrived at the row of dining cars. He rested one arm on the dining car and held a goblet in his other hand. He was leisurely savoring the high-end red wine. Su Xiaotian's lungs almost exploded from the sight of it. Whoosh! Su Xiaodian didn't waste any time. He suddenly disappeared into thin air. In the next second, Su Xiaodian reappeared beside the dining car Qin Feng was leaning against. He slammed his palm down, and the dining car fell to the ground. However, Qin Feng was no longer there. Qin Feng wore the blue-grade white cloud boots and activated the sacred azure battle armor. He had just broken through to stage 8 inner chi, so his current speed was so fast that even he was afraid of it. Qin Feng sensed Zilong's inner chi. It was so dense that it sent chills down his spine. He knew he wasn't Zilong's match. Fortunately, Qin Feng's speed was on par with Zilong's. He couldn't beat Zilong, but he could outrun him. Bang! Zilong slammed his palm again and reappeared more than 10 meters away. He missed again. Bang! 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 The sound of wind breaking in the hall didn't stop. Zilong and Qin Feng were playing a game of cat and mouse. Both of them were so fast that they only left afterimages in the eyes of the audience. Everyone couldn't pinpoint the two's positions at all, but from the sound of the wind breaking, everyone knew that Zilong had missed again. Missed again, missed again. Why was Zilong so fucking weak? He missed every time. Did he miss on purpose? The entire soaring cloud mansion fell into a very strange atmosphere. 5 minutes ago, China's purple dragon, Su Xiaodian, was high and mighty in everyone's heart. 5 minutes later, everyone questioned Zilong's strength. Did China's 9 dragons not enter the competition with their strength? Was there some shady deal involved? Everyone had different thoughts. Fortunately, Zilong couldn't read people's minds. Otherwise, he would have been pissed to death. Whoosh! A white light flashed. Qin Feng leaped into the air and landed on the wall. Yun Fan and Ling Tian were still stuck in the wall. Boom! Qin Feng's figure flashed, and Zilong's palm fell. This palm caused the marble on the wall to shatter, and Ling Tian and Yun Fan, who were trapped in the wall, were filled with fear. They could not escape even if they wanted to. Seeing Zilong's palm strike land on their bodies, the two of them began to vomit blood. Qin Feng flashed again and came to Song Chongqing's side. Song Chongqing's face suddenly changed. Just as he felt the danger, his body flew out half a second later. His whole body was stuck in the wall and couldn't fall. Zilong's eyes were red, and he even fell into a state of half-madness. His hands slapped back and forth, and the air was ringing nonstop. The people in the hall didn't dare to stand in the same place. They quickly found a safer place to hide. But even so, from time to time, someone was suddenly slapped out, and all of them were members of the Xian group. Some were hanging from the chandeliers on the ceiling, some were stuck in the ceiling, and some people flew out of the main door and landed directly on the busy street dozens of meters away. When they got up, they suddenly felt like they were teleported. Chapter 687. Roar! Suddenly, an angry roar sounded in the air, like a dragon's roar. Zilong chased after Qin Feng for more than 10 minutes, but in the end, he couldn't even touch a hair on Qin Feng's body. He was completely enraged, and his roar was like thunder, causing many people to kneel on the ground. Xiao Feng, I, Purple Dragon Su Xiaodian, hereby issue a death invitation in front of everyone from the dragon sect. 1 month later, we'll fight to the death at the top of the cliff. Bang! The roar was followed by another muffled sound. At some point, Zilong was standing in the middle of the hall. He seemed to have jumped down from the 3rd floor as the ground shook slightly when he landed. The marble under his feet quickly cracked around him, and a moment later, the entire hall, which was more than 1,000 square meters of marble, cracked. There was dead silence all around. Everyone was stunned by Zilong's words. Su Xiaodian was actually forced by Xiao Feng to issue a life and death invitation. The Dragon Gate's life and death invitation was very particular. The other party must accept the challenger's challenge without any reason. There were no rules in this kind of challenge, and the Dragon Gate was not responsible for any casualties. It was a battle of life and death. If a life and death invitation was powerful, then Zilong's was even more so. This was because China's 9 dragons' 5 tigers were not static. As long as someone challenged the 9 dragons' 5 tigers and defeated them, they could be promoted to become the new 9 dragons' 5 tigers. However, this challenge could not be issued at any time. It would only be publicly changed once every 5 years. However, if one of the current 9 dragons or 5 tigers took the initiative to issue a challenge, then as long as the challenge defeated the challenger, they could take over the challenger's position at any time. In other words, if Qin Feng defeated Su Xiaodian in a month's time, the Purple Dragon of China would no longer be Su Xiaodian, but Purple Dragon Xiao Feng. Purple Dragon Xiao Feng. How pleasing to the ears! The hall was filled with cries of surprise. This kind of opportunity was too difficult to come by. The name of China's 9 dragons was too resounding. As long as it was a Chinese martial artist, who wouldn't want to become one of the 5 tigers of the 9 dragons? If this kind of opportunity to be challenged fell into everyone's hands, even if they knew they couldn't beat Zilong, they would still risk their lives to try. However, Qin Feng did not understand the rules involved. He only felt that Zilong had issued the life and death invitation to kill him. You fool. Why would I want to have a life and death battle with you? You're already so old. I think you can live for another 3 to 5 years at most. I'm still young and in my prime. I still have a lot of time to pick up girls. You can go and be jealous. Qin Feng's voice floated down from the 3rd floor. Everyone looked up with astonished expressions. They didn't know what Xiao Feng was thinking. Su Xiaoyan's chest heaved violently. It wasn't because he was tired from chasing Qin Feng, but because he was angered by Qin Feng. I've already issued the death invitation, and all the members of the Dragon's Gate present can testify for me. If Xiao Feng doesn't fight me to the death in a month's time, I'll have the Dragon's Gate issue a wanted order to kill Xiao Feng. Su Xiaoyan's voice was cold and filled with killing intent. As soon as he finished speaking, he disappeared from the hall. No one knew where he went. After Zilong left, the powerful aura in the hall also dissipated. Those who were hiding in the corners and under the tables finally heaved a sigh of relief. These people were the elites of the Dragon's Gate, China's super agents. Now, they were all scared like mice. If this scene was seen by others, they'd definitely think they were dreaming. The hall was a mess because of Zilong's song. Chongqing lost all his face. He hung on the wall for a while and finally fell down. Everyone's gaze towards Qin Feng changed. The yellow group members' eyes lit up, and their gazes were filled with worship and reverence. The black group members sneakily swept a few glances at Qin Feng, as if they were extremely afraid of Qin Feng. Vice Group Leader Song, are you okay? When Song Chongqing landed, the members of the black group surrounded him. Song Chongqing was slapped by Zilong, and his inner chi was messed up. He didn't expect the celebration banquet to turn out like this. If he knew it would be so embarrassing, he wouldn't have come. Wasn't it supposed to be a show-off? Let's go. Song Chongqing stood up, glared at Xiao Feng, Lu Yunyun, and Lei Ming, and left in a huff. The members of the black group followed. These people used to look down on the members of the yellow group and look down on them. But now, they didn't even have the courage to raise their heads and look at the members of the yellow group. All of them ran out dejectedly. Ah, awesome. This is so awesome. Big Brother Xiao Feng, you're the big brother of the yellow group from now on. We'll follow you. Big Brother Xiao Feng, what's your strength? Even Zilong couldn't hit you? Why didn't you attack just now? Only the members of the yellow group were left in the soaring cloud mansion. Everyone suddenly jumped up and screamed. The scene was even more lively than the new year. Qin Feng was surrounded by everyone, and the members of the Huang group all started to flatter Qin Feng. Lu Yunyun and Lei Ming were directly ignored. The two of them were a bit unhappy, but they didn't dare to show it. The two of them were deeply intimidated by Xiao Feng's strength. Since everyone is willing to call me Big Brother, I'll definitely protect you from now on. Just now, someone asked me why I didn't attack Su Xiaoyan. That's a good question. Su Xiaoyan is already in his 60s, so how could I attack him? I've been adhering to the traditional virtues of respecting the old and loving the young since I was young. Otherwise, I could have knocked that old fart out with one palm. Qin Feng started to boast again. Yin Wushuang stood in a corner and couldn't help but laugh when she saw Qin Feng boasting without any preparation. That laugh was short-lived, but it was enough to topple a city. The members of the yellow group were even more impressed by Xiao Feng. In the whole of China, Xiao Feng was probably the only person who dared to call Zilong an old fart. Qin Feng accompanied everyone and bragged for a while, making the members of the yellow group dizzy. Now that only the members of the yellow group were left in the hall, everyone had no scruples, and the atmosphere became lively. Although half of the dining cars were flipped over by Zilong, there were still many cars that were in good condition. The members of the yellow group didn't mind. They picked all kinds of food and red wine, tasted them, and boasted a flirt with girls. The atmosphere was very lively. Lu Yunyun and Lei Ming were gratified when they saw this scene. Big Brother Qiao, I'm Zhang Ye. I'll be following you from now on. I hope Big Brother Qiao can forgive me. A shifty-eyed man suddenly came up to Qin Feng and greeted him respectfully. Qin Feng glanced at the man. He was a stage 6 inner chi martial artist. Sure. As long as you follow me wholeheartedly, I promise I won't mistreat you. Now that Qin Feng wanted to complete the founder's mission, he needed to start gathering more people. This man called Zhang Ye seemed to be quite clever, so he could be trained. Don't worry, big brother Qiao. Since I, Zhang Ye, am following you, if I have any disloyalty in the future, I'll be struck by lightning. Zhang Ye's expression suddenly became serious. He even raised 3 fingers and swore. Qin Feng nodded his head in satisfaction. He threw a chi-strengthening pill to Zhang Ye and said, "This is a greeting gift. I'll look for you if I need anything in the future." Zhang Ye didn't think that Xiao Feng would really accept him as a follower. He looked at the gift from Big Brother Qiao and was so shocked that he almost fell to the ground. Fuck, Big Brother Qiao, did you give me the wrong thing? This is... Zhang Ye was so shocked that he couldn't even speak properly. Qin Feng didn't wait for him to finish and directly interrupted him. Don't be so shocked. It's not good to let others know. Keep this pill for yourself and find a good opportunity to break through to stage 7 inner chi. Zhang Ye still hadn't come back to his senses. He knew that he had followed the right person this time. Xiao Feng's strength was unfathomable, and he was so generous. This was a grade 4 chi strengthening pill. Not only was it priceless, but it was also in short supply. Chapter 688. Qin Feng's expression changed slightly and became serious. Prince William disappeared? What's going on? Ever since Qin Feng had captured Prince William and learned about the William family's secret plan, he had not been concerned about this matter. Initially, he wanted to ask Yin Wushuang about the progress of the ancient warrior ruins exploration after he was done. He did not expect Yin Wushuang to suddenly release such shocking news. Yin Wushuang sighed and continued. After Prince William was captured, the people of Dragon Gate interrogated him overnight, but he refused to say anything. They interrogated him until the 3rd day, but there was still no progress. Finally, on the 3rd night, Prince William mysteriously disappeared from the secret chamber. There was no trace of him, so we haven't found him yet. Qin Feng's expression became serious and said, "Is it Professor Mike's doing? They haven't left China yet." Yin Wushuang's eyes lit up. She looked at Qin Feng with admiration and said, "You think the same as me. Only a level 5 spatial ability user, Mike, can rescue Prince William without leaving any traces. Have you told the Dragon Sect about this? How are they going to deal with it?" Qin Feng still had a mission to stop the William family's plan. It seemed like this mission was very difficult. I've reported it to the Dragon Sect. As for how they're going to deal with it, it's not our concern. Furthermore, our mission this time is to catch the people from the William family who infiltrated China. We captured Prince William and found out the William family's plan behind the scenes. Prince William was rescued from the secret chamber, but this has nothing to do with us. You don't have to worry about this matter. I'm just telling you so that you can understand the latest developments. Yin Wushuang did not have any feelings for the William family. She only came into contact with the William family to complete the Dragon Sect's mission. Now that she had completed her mission, she no longer cared about the family. Qin Feng pondered for a while. He had no idea how to stop the William family's mission, so he changed the topic. By the way, you guys keep talking about the Dragon Sect's peak. Who are they? What level are they? I haven't seen any of them yet. The information about the Dragon Sect's peak was an internal secret. Qin Feng had not officially joined the Dragon Sect, so Yin Wushuang could not tell him much. Now, she could tell him. Apart from the 9 dragons and 5 tigers, the Dragon Sect has 12 peaks. Although the 9 dragons and 5 tigers are members of the Dragon Sect, they only carry out missions and do not have any real authority. The ones who can truly control part of the authority are the 12 upper peaks. Qin Feng was slightly surprised. The Dragon Sect has 12 peaks? That's quite a lot. Yin Wushuang nodded and continued. I've only met 3 of the 12 peak masters at 3 different banquets. I heard that the 12 peak masters are all at stage 9 inner chi, but they're not as powerful as the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. Qin Feng immediately thought of the difference between stage 9 inner chi. They were both stage 9 inner chi, but the difference was huge. All right, Captain Yin, do you know anything about Stage 9 Inner Chi? Are there more subdivisions? Since the 12 upper peaks are all Stage 9 Inner Chi, why can't they defeat the 9 dragons and 5 tigers? Yin Wu Shuang furrowed her brows. She had been wondering about this for a long time, but no one knew the reason, as she hadn't reached Stage 9 Inner Chi. I don't know either. Unless you ask a Stage 9 Inner Chi expert, I don't know many Stage 9 Inner Chi experts. Even if I know them, I'm not familiar with them. They might not even tell me. Qin Feng thought that if Yin Wu Shuang knew, he would ask her. Now that Yin Wu Shuang didn't know either, Qin Feng decided to ask Shimin Shui Xue or Ouyang Feng when there was no one else around. Qin Feng and Yin Wu Shuang chatted for a while. Now, Qin Feng had a better understanding of the dragon sect of China. Although the dragon sect looked glamorous on the outside, its internal strife was very fierce. Just like the fight between the Huang group and the Xian group, it wasn't a rare thing. It happened every now and then in the dragon sect. The Heaven group and the Earth group also had conflicts from time to time. Even the 12 peak masters were constantly fighting against each other, let alone the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. They didn't like to meet each other, but once they did, there would always be a fight. After talking about business, Qin Feng started to tease Yin Wu Shuang again. Yin Wu Shuang was embarrassed and annoyed. Her pretty face was as red as a big apple. She kicked Qin Feng's leg under the table. Now that their legs were entangled, Yin Wu Shuang couldn't pull herself away even if she wanted to. You pervert! Let go of me now! Yin Wu Shuang glared at Qin Feng angrily. If it was any other man, Yin Wu Shuang would have fought him to the death. Qin Feng pulled Yin Wu Shuang's leg over and grabbed it. He didn't care if Yin Wu Shuang agreed or not. Qin Feng kept touching her. Team leader Yin, you've been working hard recently. I'll give you a massage. Don't kick me, or I won't be able to hit you. Yin Wu Shuang was wearing a tight black suit. Her legs were long and straight. Qin Feng was very happy to massage them. Yin Wu Shuang was so angry that she gnashed her teeth. She wanted to stomp Qin Feng to death. TSK, TSK. Big brother Xiao Feng is really amazing. Not only is he good at martial arts, but he's also good at picking up girls. He just joined the Huang group today, and he already got the Grim Fairy. Team leader Yin. Sigh. If only we had 1/10 of Big Brother Xiao's ability. Seeing Qin Feng and Yin Wu Shuang flirting in the corner, everyone shook their heads and sighed. They were full of envy. Yin Wu Shuang also noticed that everyone was looking at her. She was so anxious that she didn't know where to put her hands. However, no matter how much strength she exerted, she couldn't get away from Qin Feng's big hand. Because she struggled too hard, Qin Feng touched places that he shouldn't touch a few times. Xiao Feng, are you going to let go or not? Yin Wu Shuang was really angry. It wasn't because Qin Feng took advantage of her, but because the members of the Huang group were peeking at her. This made Yin Wu Shuang feel very uncomfortable. Team leader Yin, don't be so angry. You know that I'm a miracle doctor. Let me give you a piece of advice as a doctor. If you're too angry, you'll suffer from insomnia and may even get constipation. Think about it. You're a beautiful young lady. If you sit on the toilet for a long time and can't take a shit, you'll stink after 3 to 5 days. What if you suddenly fart on the bus one day? To put it bluntly, Qin Feng didn't want to let go of Yin Wu Shuang because Yin Wu Shuang's jade-like legs felt very comfortable. Qin Feng started to make up all kinds of nonsense. Yin Wu Shuang couldn't bear listening to him anymore. Suddenly, a gust of qi burst out from her slender legs and sent Qin Feng flying with a kick. Ouch! Team leader Yin, are you serious? It hurts so much. Qin Feng didn't expect Yin Wu Shuang to be serious. Yin Wu Shuang's inner qi at the peak of stage 7 burst out. Qin Feng didn't even have time to dodge and was sent flying backward. This kick was absolutely fatal. It stepped on Qin Feng's vital part. Qin Feng didn't guard against Yin Wu Shuang at all, so he fell to the ground with cold sweat. He was really injured. Ah, Big Brother Xiao, are you okay? A few female members of the Huang group immediately ran to Qin Feng's side because of the commotion. Qin Feng was now a rising star in the dragon sect. Not only was he skilled, but he also had a powerful backer. Otherwise, Why would he dare to offend the purple dragon? Su shouted Yan. The female members of the Huang group had been eyeing Qin Feng for a long time. However, Qin Feng seemed to be interested in Yin Wushuang. They didn't want to fight with team leader Yin for a man. Now that Yin Wushuang kicked Qin Feng away, they saw the light of hope. I'm fine. Thank you for your concern, big sisters. Qin Feng was surrounded by beautiful women. These beautiful women were already dressed in sexy and revealing clothes. Now, they even crouched down to show off their fair skin. It was hard for Qin Feng not to look at them. Little brother Qiao Feng, you fell down. How can you be fine? Yeah. You made such a big noise when you landed on the ground. I was so scared. Handsome Qiao Feng, where are you hurt? Big sister will help you rub it. Qin Feng felt like he had suddenly fallen into a den of beauties. All sorts of fragrances floated in the air, and a few women fought fiercely in the dark, fighting to comfort Qin Feng. There were even a few women who deliberately stuck their thighs on Qin Feng, waiting for him to touch them. Qin Feng was tempted. He heard that the big sisters wanted to help him massage his wounds. He was hesitating whether he should tell them where he was hurt. Before Qin Feng could say anything, Yin Wushuang's cold voice came. Get out of the way. I have something to talk to Qiao Feng about. Yin Wushuang was the vice leader of the Huang group. She was also the strongest among the female members. Although the women were reluctant, they could only smile and run away. What are you pretending for? Quickly get up for this old lady. Yin Wushuang didn't know what was wrong with her. She was jealous when she saw the women surrounding Qin Feng. Qin Feng lay on the ground moaning as if he was not sick. He pretended to be pitiful and yelled, Group leader Yin, you were really ruthless. My lower body is crippled. You have to take responsibility. Qin Feng yelled very loudly. All the members in the hall heard him. However, they didn't believe that Qiao Feng was really crippled. The male members admired Qin Feng again. This was a godly skill for picking up girls. They thought that if they had a girl they liked in the future, they would also use this trick. Yin Wushuang liked to be alone. She was most afraid of being the center of attention. At this time, Yin Wushuang was embarrassed and angry. She lowered her voice and yelled at Qin Feng, Stop yelling and get up. Do you believe that I won't kick you again? Yin Wushuang's voice was very low. Only Qin Feng could hear it. Qin Feng immediately yelled in surprise. Ah? Team leader Yin, are you joking? You want to help me rub my wounds? Then you do it. Qin Feng spread his legs and got into a stance. Chapter 689. Yin Wushuang was infuriated by Qin Feng. She gnashed her teeth and glared at Qin Feng. Yin Wushuang could feel countless pairs of eyes staring at her. It made her feel like she was being peeped on, making her feel very uncomfortable. You stop fooling around. Get up now, or I won't hold back anymore. Yin Wushuang said in a suppressed voice. Oh, team leader Yin, there are too many people here. You want to go to a quiet place to have a massage? Fine, when shall we go? Qin Feng sensed that Yin Wushuang's aura was off. He believed that this woman would really attack him again. He quickly stood up and looked at Yin Wushuang with a smile. The crowd gasped again. Is team leader Yin going to lose her chastity tonight? Isn't this a little too careless? Yin Wushuang was so angry that her eyes turned red. Just as she was about to attack Qin Feng, Qin Feng's expression changed drastically. He said coldly, What are you doing here, old man? Yin Wushuang's attack stopped, and so did the chatter in the hall. When everyone heard Qin Feng call him an old man, they knew that Zilong, Su Xiaotian, was here again. However, other than Qin Feng, no one else saw Su Xiaotian. Where was he? Qiao Feng, come with me. Su Xiaotian's voice came from the entrance of the soaring cloud mansion. He was dressed in a loose gray Taoist robe. His long hair was combed high and held in place with a jade hairpin. Su Xiaotian blended in with the night, looking a little illusory. Everyone was nervous when they saw him suddenly return to the soaring cloud mansion and asked Qin Feng to come with him. Old man, if you have something to say it here. Can't you see that I'm busy picking up girls? I don't have time to go dancing with you. Qin Feng knew Zilong hated him, so he would never go out alone with Zilong. Su Xiaodian was so angry that he almost vomited blood when he heard Qin Feng call him an old man. Su Xiaodian had already sent a death invitation to Qiao Feng. If he didn't have something to talk to Qiao Feng about, he wouldn't have come. The 12 Peaks of the Dragon Gate asked me to bring you there. Come with me. Su Xiaodian lost his patience and stated his purpose. Not long ago, Qin Feng learned about the 12 Peaks of the Dragon Sect from Yin Wushuang. He didn't expect that the 12 Peaks would want to see him so soon. The hall was in an uproar again. Everyone was stunned by this news. Be it the status or the degree of mystery of the 12 Peaks of the Dragon Gate, they were not inferior to the 9 dragons and 5 tigers. Among the people present, there were not many who could see one of the 12 Peaks. This time, the 12 Peaks actually summoned Qiao Feng together. This big brother Qiao Feng was really arrogant. Qin Feng realized the gravity of the situation. He stopped bickering with Su Xiaodian and looked at Yin Wushuang. Yin Wushuang had already let go of her resentment towards Qin Feng. She looked at Qin Feng with a serious expression and said, Qiao Feng, since the 12 Peaks are looking for you, you should go with Senior Zilong, Group Leader Yin. Do I really have to go? Qin Feng was a little worried. He was afraid that Zilong would attack him on the way there. But Yin Wushuang insisted, just go. Nothing will happen to you. You're the only one summoned by the 12 Upper Peaks. None of us have the right to accompany you. What Yin Wushuang said was the truth. She was worried about Qin Feng, but even if she wanted to go, she was not qualified. Since Yin Wushuang said so, Qin Feng walked towards the door. The members of the Huang group, including the 3 leaders, followed Qin Feng all the way out of the soaring cloud mansion. They didn't dare to follow Qin Feng and Zilong anymore, so they could only watch Qin Feng and Zilong leave. Zilong didn't say anything along the way. He kept his head down and walked forward. His footsteps seemed slow, but his speed was extremely fast. If Qin Feng wasn't wearing the white cloud boots, he would have been left behind by Zilong by now. Old fart, where are you taking me? Don't tell me you're going to a secluded alley? Let me tell you in advance, I'm not gay. Plus, you're too old. Qin Feng had been walking for more than half an hour. He was more or less nervous because the surroundings were becoming more and more desolate. Coupled with the chilly wind at night, Qin Feng was panicking. Zilong's face was darker than the night. He was so angry that his chest heaved up and down. Suddenly, he stopped and glared at Qin Feng. Brat, you can continue to show off. You only have a month to live anyway. What else can you do besides having a glib tongue? After a month, I'll definitely slap you off Broken Cliff Mountain and crush you to pieces. Qin Feng looked at Zilong with a smile and said, You old man, stop dreaming. I didn't agree to fight you. After a month, you can go to Broken Cliff Mountain to meet a ghost. Qin Feng didn't know the meaning of the Dragon Gate's life and death invitation, so he was very proud of himself. Su Xiaodian was slightly stunned. Then he suddenly looked up to the sky and laughed. Ha! Qiao Feng, are you really stupid or are you pretending to be? Do you think the Dragon Gate's life and death invitation is a game? As long as you join the Dragon Gate, you have to fight once you receive the life and death invitation. If you don't show up 1 month later, I can ask the Dragon Gate to issue a wanted order. At that time, the Dragon Gate will kill you without me doing anything. After listening to Su Xiaoyan's words, Qin Feng instantly felt that something was wrong. He didn't expect the Dragon Gate to have such a tyrannical rule. One side issued the life and death invitation, and the other side had to accept it. It was simply too overbearing. Qin Feng still had a mission to defeat Azure Dragon and Feng Qingyu in the system. However, the mission had a time limit of 3 months. Qin Feng was confident that he could break through to Stage 9 Inner Qi within 3 months with the help of the system. By then, it wouldn't be difficult for him to fight Azure Dragon. However, Su Xiaoyan's life and death invitation was in a month's time. Seeing that Qin Feng suddenly stopped talking, Su Xiaodian thought that he scared Qin Feng, so he laughed even more complacently. Ha ha! Qiao Feng, you should have thought that you would end up like this since the beginning, since you dared to offend me. The 9 dragons of China are as majestic as a real dragon. Anyone who dares to offend me will be killed. Su Xiaoyan's tone was as cold as a knife. Qinfen had already regained his senses. Oh, did you misunderstand? I'm not afraid. I'm just a little regretful. Why didn't you set the life and death invitation to half a month later? If you did, you would have lost half a month of your life. Since the life and death invitation could not be changed, Qinfen might as well be a little more forceful. Wasn't it just Zilong of China? If he still couldn't defeat him in a month's time, he could just let Ouyang Feng out and beat him up. Su Xiaoyan's laughter stopped abruptly. He was so angry that he almost vomited blood. Su Xiaoyan finally realized that he was no match for Qiao Feng in terms of verbal skills. Su Xiaoyan became smarter and continued to walk with his head lowered. He didn't want to say another word to Qinfen. After walking for an unknown amount of time, Qinfen realized that they had arrived at the Martial Art Alliance's base. The soaring cloud mansion was more than 20 kilometers away from the Martial Art Alliance's base. If Qinfen had known that this would happen, he would have come here by force. This Zilong must be crazy. Why did he have to walk here in such a pretentious manner to show off his old age? Qinfen grumbled and complained about Su Xiaoyan. Su Xiaoyan heard everything and was so angry that he almost went berserk. After the two entered the Martial Art Alliance, they arrived at Martial Artist Town and finally the Dragon Sect's base. Qinfen and Yin Wushuang had been here once before. Entering the Dragon Sect's base again, Qinfen didn't feel unfamiliar. It was already late at night, and there were 4 Stage 6 Inner Chi guards standing at the entrance. Senior Purple Dragon. When the 4 guards saw Su Xiaoyan enter, they jumped in fright and hastily saluted him. Su Xiaoyan ignored the guards and walked inside angrily. Finally, Zilong stopped in front of a tall and majestic palace-like building. The 12 peaks are inside. Go in by yourself. As soon as Su Xiaoyan's voice fell, a gust of wind blew and he disappeared into the boundless night. Qinfen grumbled a few more times at Su Xiaoyan before looking at the building in front of him. It was a majestic and magnificent 2-story building. The exterior was built with red tiles, giving off the vibe of an ancient palace. Qinfen walked to the door and pushed it open. The door creaked with an aged feeling. Under the cold moonlight and cold wind, it looked very eerie. "You're here!" There was no light in the room, and the cold moonlight shone into the room. Qinfen could vaguely see that it was a large, empty room without any electrical appliances. There were 12 people sitting around the room, and they exuded a powerful and majestic aura. Qinfen didn't need to think too much to know that they were the 12 peaks of the Dragon Sect. Qiao Feng, the new member of the Dragon Sect's Huang group, greets the 12 peaks. Qinfen didn't dare to act rashly in front of these 12 old monsters. They were 12 Stage 9 Inner Chi experts, and if Qinfen provoked them, they would fight to the death even if he released Shimen Chui Shui and Ouyang Feng at the same time. "Very well, you're the one we're looking for." An old voice sounded in the room, and Qinfen couldn't tell who was speaking. There was no light in the room except for the dim moonlight. The 12 peaks were wearing black robes and black hats, so Qinfen couldn't see their faces at all. "Qiao Feng, don't be nervous. We're looking for you because we want to ask you something." Another voice sounded, but it was obvious that it was a different person. "What do the 12 peaks want to ask?" Qiao Feng, no, I'll tell you," Qinfen said to the air. "I heard that you defeated Zilong at the Soaring Cloud Mansion not long ago." Another voice sounded. "Senior Zilong is a Stage 9 Inner Chi expert, and I've just broken through to Stage 8 Inner Chi. How could I be a match for Senior Zilong?" I think the 12 peaks made a mistake. Qinfen called Zilong an old bastard, and now he called him Senior Zilong in front of the 12 peaks. If Zilong heard this, would he be happy or angry? Chapter 690. Qinfen didn't know why the 12 summits called him here, but he had a rough guess. They were most likely here to ask about Ouyang Feng. Ouyang Feng's appearance was too sudden, and he was too powerful. No one in China had ever defeated Zilong with a single punch. Since such a powerhouse had suddenly appeared and entered the secular world, the 12 summits of the Dragon Sect naturally had to investigate this matter. So you didn't defeat Zilong. I heard that a mysterious old man appeared that night. Zilong said that the old man was your friend. Tell me about him. The 12 summits were indeed the higher-ups of the Dragon Sect. They lied as freely as they breathed. They clearly knew that Zilong was defeated by Ouyang Feng, but they pretended not to know at first. They even said that Xiao Feng defeated Zilong. Then, they took a roundabout way and said that it was Ouyang Feng who defeated Zilong. It would be a lie if Qin Feng wasn't nervous when facing 12 Stage 9 energy experts. His palms were drenched in cold sweat. If Ouyang Feng's secret was discovered, then the system's secret would be discovered soon. At that time, Qin Feng's fate would be to lie in the experimental cabin and be dissected by these people as test subjects. Senior 12, the old man who defeated Senior Zilong, is called Ouyang Feng. I only met him that night. After Ouyang Feng defeated Zilong, he disappeared. I don't know much about him, so I don't know much about his situation. When Ouyang Feng defeated Zilong, his name was already exposed, so Qin Feng didn't need to hide it. Moreover, knowing Ouyang Feng's name wasn't a threat to Qin Feng, the huge room fell silent. Qin Feng could hear the rhythmic breathing of the 12 summits. The 12 people's breathing and heartbeats were at the same frequency. Qin Feng even had the illusion that the 12 of them were one person. They seemed to be able to fuse into one. Qin Feng suddenly shivered. Just thinking about it was terrifying. 12 people fusing into one? What kind of absurd scene would that be? Wouldn't they argue about their positions and postures? Did you say that Ouyang Feng didn't look for you after he left? Did he leave any contact information with you before he left? After a long silence, another summit spoke. Qin Feng thought back to the battle at the biology laboratory at Kyoto University. At that time, because Professor Mike was too powerful, Qin Feng had no choice but to release Ouyang Feng. However, after Qin Feng asked Ouyang Feng said that there was no one around. With Ouyang Feng's stage 10 external and level 1 true Qi stage strength, if he said there was no one watching, Qin Feng believed that there was no one watching. I haven't seen Ouyang Feng since we parted ways at Soaring Cloud Manor. His strength is unfathomable, so he should be one of those hermit masters. I guess I only met him once. Masters like that are hard to find, so I definitely won't be able to contact him. Putting aside his relationship with Ouyang Feng, Qin Feng changed the topic and said, Senior 12, I was too reckless last time in the Soaring Cloud Mansion. At that time, I hadn't officially joined the Dragon Gate and didn't know that the Soaring Cloud Mansion was Senior Zilong's territory. I'm willing to take full responsibility for this matter. The room became quiet again. The 12 upper peaks were like 12 mountains sitting there. Their auras were strong and steady, making it impossible to see through their thoughts and guess what they were thinking. Time passed bit by bit, but Qin Feng felt as if he was being tortured. A short minute felt as long as a century. Okay, it's over. Those who didn't know are not guilty. Plus, you just made a great contribution to Dragon Sect. Even if your contribution is offset, don't talk about Soaring Cloud Mansion anymore. Another leader spoke. Halfway through, he changed the topic and continued. Since you've only met Ouyang Feng once and you're not familiar with him, we won't ask too much. However, we've asked you to come here because we have an important mission for you to complete. It was a mission given by the 12 summits. Needless to say, it was difficult, but Qin Feng couldn't refuse. Senior, please give me your instructions. Xiao Feng, in 3 months, it will be the Martial Arts Circle Convention that is held every 5 years in the martial arts circle outside of China. At the convention, a new chief of the martial arts circle will be elected. This time, the Dragon Sect will send you to participate in the Martial Arts Circle Convention. You have to help the Dragon Sect win the position of the chief of the Martial Arts Circle. The 12 Peaks spoke as if they were talking about a trivial matter. Qin Feng's mouth twitched when he heard this. There were many martial arts sects outside Huaxia. Except for Dragon Sect, the other 2 sects and 2 sects were all forces outside Huaxia. There were many masters in these forces. Qin Feng had seen too many masters after the 2 martial arts disturbances. Besides, most of the masters Qin Feng met were only disciples and elders. Their masters, such as the chief and the chief protector, had not shown up. How strong were those old monsters? Qin Feng didn't dare to guess. Now the 12 summits of Dragon Sect asked Qin Feng to participate in the martial arts assembly in 3 months and to win the position of the chief. Senior, I really want to accept this mission, but I don't have the strength. There are many masters in Dragon Sect, and there are many Stage 9 Inner Chi masters. I just broke through to Stage 8 Inner Chi. I don't think it's appropriate to send me to the martial arts assembly. If I don't win the position of the chief, I'll let down the 12 summits and humiliate Dragon Sect. Qin Feng didn't want to accept this mission. It was an impossible mission. The 12 summits didn't rush to speak and fell silent again. Qin Feng was suffocated by these old monsters. He even wondered if these old men suddenly fell asleep. Ding! The Hedonist sovereign system has issued a mission. Win the position of the chief. Mission time limit. Before the martial arts assembly ends. If the mission is completed, the system will reward you 100,000 Hedonist points, 3 martial arts secret orders, and 1-star technology blue laser gun. If the mission is failed, 200,000 Hedonist points will be deducted, and the Myriad Beast spell and Blood Demon armor will be taken back. The Hedonist sovereign system suddenly issued a mission. Qin Feng immediately felt unwell. The difficulty of this mission was not too high, and the punishment was quite severe. The secret skill and spiritual equipment that Qin Feng was most proud of were the Myriad Beast spell and the Blood Demon armor. The Myriad Beast spell allowed Qin Feng to continuously absorb demonic beast cores and possess the demonic chi of demonic beasts. He became a powerful demonic cultivator with multiple attributes. The Blood Demon armor was even more mysterious. The armor contained the blood essence of demonic beasts. When activated, he could rule over demonic beasts and become the king of beasts. Now that there was a mission for the chief of the chief, Qin Feng was afraid that if he failed, the Blood Demon armor and the Myriad Beast spell would be taken back. 12 summits. I've suddenly thought it through. The seniors called me here in the middle of the night and arranged for me to complete the chief of the martial arts assembly. This is their trust and promotion for a newcomer like me. How can I give up such a good opportunity? I'm willing to accept this mission and contribute my strength to Dragon Sect. Since the Hedonist sovereign system had issued the chief of the martial arts assembly, Qin Feng had to participate in the martial arts assembly even if he didn't accept the mission from the 12 summits. Thus, Qin Feng immediately changed his attitude. This time, the 12 summits were confused by Qin Feng. Qin Feng could feel that there was a slight change in their aura, which was as steady as a mountain. It was obvious that they were affected by their emotions. Xiao Feng, have you made up your mind? Are you willing to accept the chief of the martial arts assembly? Someone asked. I made up my mind. I'll spare no effort in fighting for the position of the chief of the martial arts assembly. If I can't become the chief of the martial arts assembly, I'll fight to the death. Qin Feng was forced into a dead end by the system. The Hedonist sovereign system had always been a scam, and Qin Feng was used to it. Very well. Since that's the case, you'll complete this mission alone. This is a secret mission. Don't leak it to anyone else, or else you'll have to bear the consequences. The 12 summits and Qin Feng reached an agreement. Qin Feng would represent Dragon Sect in the martial arts assembly in 3 months. After talking about the martial arts assembly, the 12 summits started to chase him away. It's getting late. You should go back first. We'll look for you when the martial arts assembly is about to begin. After the 12 summits used him, they didn't even say a word of courtesy and wanted to chase him away. Qin Feng was speechless. However, Qin Feng didn't want to stay here for a long time. There were 12 Stage 9 Inner Chi experts in the room, and they gave Qin Feng a lot of pressure. Qin Feng walked out of the room and let out a long sigh of relief. Although the 12 summits made Qin Feng accept the mission of the chief of the martial arts assembly, Qin Feng was satisfied that Ouyang Feng's identity and background weren't exposed. After leaving the Dragon Sect's base, Qin Feng went back the way he came. He lowered his head and thought about tonight's events. He felt that the 12 summits purposely arranged this mission for him. It didn't seem like a mission from the dragon sect. It was more like the 12 summits wanted Qin Feng to find some clues. After Qin Feng left the empty room, the 12 summits continued to meditate with their legs crossed. Suddenly, someone asked, "Do you guys think what Xiao Feng said is true?" Ouyang Feng was able to injure Zi Long with one punch. Obviously, he's a hermit expert. This kind of person is a loner and hides his whereabouts, so what Xiao Feng said should be true. Xiao Feng has just stepped into stage 8 inner chi. His strength is relatively low in China. Why would an old monster like Ouyang Feng be friends with him? He must have said it casually. I'm afraid it's very difficult to find Ouyang Feng's whereabouts from Xiao Feng. No matter what, Xiao Feng has accepted the mission of the martial arts assembly. When the time comes, the experts from the major sects in the outer martial arts world will gather there. With Xiao Feng's strength, it's unrealistic for him to take the chief position of the martial arts assembly. Let's see if Ouyang Feng will show up to help. Nowadays, the outer martial arts world is growing stronger and stronger. This time, we can use Xiao Feng as a chess piece to suppress these forces in the outer martial arts world. We'll let them know that the dragon sect isn't just for show. The outer martial arts world already has Ouyang Feng, who has reached stage 10 external realm. If we let them continue to develop, it will definitely cause chaos in China. After talking about Ouyang Feng, the room was silent for a while. Someone else said, Xiao Feng is Qin Feng, and he's Green Wolf. This brat's information shows that he was a good-for-nothing, hedonistic young master 9 months ago. He didn't cultivate it all. In just a short 9 months, Qin Feng became a stage 8 inner chi expert. We need to continue investigating this person. Qin Feng is a descendant of the Qin family in the provincial capital. It's normal for him to have such strength today. Maybe he likes to play the pig to eat the tiger. Maybe he's been hiding his strength all this time. He's just a stage 8 inner chi expert, so we shouldn't pay too much attention to him. Let's investigate this stage 10 Ouyang Feng first. 1 or 2 people like him can take care of him, but if there are dozens of stage 10 or true chi experts in the outer martial arts world, then we won't be able to suppress them. True chi experts are as rare as phoenix feathers and unicorn horns. Maybe we're too nervous. Chapter 691. Qin Feng lowered his head and thought about something. He did not pay attention to the road in front of him. Suddenly, he bumped into something elastic. Then, he heard an ear-piercing scream, "You big bastard! It's you again! You bumped into my chest again. You have ulterior motives." Qin Feng heard the familiar voice. He lifted his head and saw that he was passing by the entrance of Saint Medic. He accidentally bumped into the chest of Saint Medic's Miss Ren Xiao Yao. Qin Feng quickly put on a serious and angry expression and yelled at Ren Xiao Yao. "Oh, it's you again, you pervert. You hit my head with your chest last time, and you're doing this again today. Don't tell me you're waiting for me at the entrance every day." Ren Xiao Yao was stunned by Qin Feng's words. She once again experienced Qin Feng's shamelessness. Looking at Qin Feng's flawless expression and acting skills, Ren Xiao Yao had the urge to invest in Qin Feng's acting skills. The atmosphere froze for a few seconds. Ren Xiao Yao yelled angrily, "Don't you have any shame? I'm the Miss of Saint Medic." The number of suitors lining up from the south gate to the north gate of Martial Artist Town. You're saying that I'm waiting here to hit you with my chest? Is there something wrong with your brain? Qin Feng curled his lips and ignored Ren Xiao Yao's words. He walked around her and said, "I'm warning you, this is the last time. If you hit my head with your chest again, I'll call the police." Qin Feng's face was full of anger. He really looked like a victim. Ren Xiao Yao was stunned for a while before she regained her senses. She drew her waning moon sword and chased after Qin Feng. "Green Wolf, stop right there. How dare you lie to me last time? Don't even think about leaving tonight." Ren Xiao Yao raised her hand, and a white light fell in front of Qin Feng, creating a crack in the ground. Qin Feng stopped and turned around to look at Ren Xiao Yao. "What did you say? I lied to you last time? When did I lie to you?" When did I lie to your body? Qin Feng had cheated Run Xiao Yao of her elixir at the ancient martial relic. In the end, he had not given her the purple mandala flower. However, at that time, Ren Xiao Yao had been wearing an avatar mask. Clearly, she did not want to expose her identity. Since Ren Xiao Yao didn't want to reveal her identity, Qin Feng also played dumb. He pretended that he didn't know Ren Xiao Yao. Ren Xiao Yao was stunned for a moment before she snapped out of her daze. The last time he explored the ancient martial ruins, he had worn a mask. Now that he had appeared with his original appearance, the Green Wolf clearly did not recognize him. What nonsense are you talking about? Even if I find a pig, I won't have sex with you. Don't even think about it. Ren Xiao Yao almost revealed her identity. Her identity was rather special. She didn't want Qin Feng to know about Yao Yao and Ren Xiao Yao's identities. Qin Feng had guessed that Ren Xiao Yao wouldn't reveal her identity. Seeing her silly look, Qin Feng couldn't help but want to laugh. Don't think too much. Even if you give it to me for free, I won't be interested. At most, I'll take you in as a servant to fetch water to wash my feet, warm my bed, and massage my shoulders. That's right, I met a silly girl not long ago. I gave her the opportunity to be a servant, but she wasn't willing. In the end, I cheated her of all the elixir she had. Don't you think that woman is silly? She's a big idiot. Qin Feng criticized Ren Xiao Yao in front of her, but Ren Xiao Yao couldn't get angry. When Qin Feng saw Ren Xiao Yao's tumbling breasts, he felt like he was about to explode. She looked so cute that she couldn't wait to bite Qin Feng to death, but she couldn't do anything about it. Qin Feng found it funny when he saw that. Why, you're the big idiot. You're a big liar. You go around deceiving people. Just wait for that woman to find you one day. She'll definitely kill you with her sword. Ren Xiao Yao yelled angrily. Don't worry. If that silly girl dares to cause trouble for me, I'll immediately hang her up and beat her up. Then, I'll take her in as my servant and make her do hard work every day. That's right, that silly girl seems to be the daughter of a rich family. I'll take the daughter as my servant. Just thinking about it makes me feel good. Qin Feng said whatever was more infuriating. Ren Xiao Yao rolled her eyes. The waning moon sword in her hand trembled uncontrollably as if it was going to attack at any moment. When Qin Feng saw that Ren Xiao Yao was on the verge of exploding, he stopped talking and prepared to return home. Little girl, don't sneak attack me next time. I'll be leaving first. Not long ago, Ren Xiao Yao had been cheated of elixir by Qin Feng. When she saw him, she wanted to teach him a lesson. However, in order to not expose her identity, Ren Xiao Yao couldn't do anything to Qin Feng. When Green Wolf's figure was about to disappear, Ren Xiao Yao's eyes lit up. She suddenly thought of something very important. Green Wolf, don't go yet. I have something to tell you. Ren Xiao Yao's body was as light as a swallow. With a few leaps, she caught up to Qin Feng. What is it? Qin Feng looked at Ren Xiao Yao and asked, Are you willing to join our Saint Medic Hall? Ren Xiao Yao looked at Qin Feng nervously. Qin Feng didn't know what Ren Xiao Yao was thinking. He curled his lips and said, Not interested. Many martial artists in China cried and begged to enter the Saint Medic Hall, but they couldn't. Now, the heiress of the Saint Medic Hall had personally invited Qin Feng to join, but Qin Feng had rejected her outright. If the martial artists in China were to see this scene, they would definitely hack Qin Feng to death. Ren Xiao Yao's mouth twitched violently. She didn't expect Green Wolf to reject her so directly. However, after thinking about it, Ren Xiao Yao got over it. Green Wolf and Billowy Lady were high-ranked alchemists. Naturally, they didn't care much about the Saint Medic Hall. The reason why Ren Xiao Yao invited Qin Feng to join the Saint Medic Hall was that she fancied Qin Feng's identity as a high-ranked alchemist. China's alchemy conference was going to be held soon. At that time, all the pharmacies that focused on alchemy would participate in the alchemy conference. Although the Sacred Medicine Hall was now the most prominent place to buy pills in the eyes of the Chinese martial artists, basically every martial artist would buy medicinal herbs and pills from the Sacred Medicine Halls all over China. However, the Triennial Alchemy Conference would select the new strongest medicinal workshop. If the Sacred Medicine Hall's alchemists didn't refine the most powerful medicinal pill, then the Sacred Medicine Hall would fall into desolation. The new strongest medicinal workshop would be born and become famous in the next 3 years. This alchemy conference was also for the sake of the Chinese martial artists. If there was no such competition, the Sacred Medicinal Hall would remain the #1 medicinal clinic. As time passed, their alchemists would also become lazy. At that time, the effects of the refined pills might decline. This would have a great impact on the breakthroughs of martial artists. Are you really not willing to join the St. Medic Hall? There are many benefits if you join us. You can get 3 bottles of first-grade elixirs for free every month. You can also buy all the elixirs in the St. Medic Hall at a 20% discount. Ren Xiao Yao wanted Qin Feng to join the St. Medic Hall. She wanted to help the St. Medic Hall participate in the alchemy conference. Ren Xiao Yao tried to entice Qin Feng with all kinds of benefits. However, Qin Feng was no longer interested in elixirs below 4th grade. Don't say any more. I don't want to join the St. Medic Hall. I know you like me, but you're too ugly. You can't keep me. Qin Feng shouted impatiently. Ren Xiao Yao was about to die from anger. She was very confident in her looks. Who knew how many rich and noble families would look for Ren Xiao Yao's father every day to propose marriage? In the end, when it came to Qin Feng, Ren Xiao Yao became one of the unattractive ones. Ren Xiao Yao knew that Green Wolf was a very powerful alchemist, but now that she had appeared with Ren Xiao Yao's identity, she couldn't say it out loud. In addition, Green Wolf didn't seem willing to agree, so Ren Xiao Yao was about to die of anxiety. Ding! The Hedonist Sovereign System has issued a quest. Join the St. Medic Hall and help the St. Medic Hall win the title of King of Elixirs in the Alchemy Conference. Quest time limit. Before the Alchemy Conference ends. If the quest is completed, the system will reward you 50,000 Hedonist points and the Myriad Treasure Pavilion. If the quest has failed, 100,000 Hedonist points will be deducted, and the Alchemy Pavilion will be sealed. Qin Feng didn't want to agree to Ren Xiao Yao's request. He knew that Ren Xiao Yao hated him. He should be thankful that she didn't trick him. Why would she be so kind as to let him join the St. Medic Hall? However, Qin Feng was speechless when the system suddenly gave him a quest to join the St. Medic Hall. Also, what the hell is this alchemy conference? What the hell is a king of elixirs? Even Qin Feng was confused. Alright, since you're so sincere in wooing me, I'll reluctantly agree to join the St. Medic Hall, Qin Feng said. Ren Xiao Yao was stunned by Qin Feng's sudden change of heart. Just a moment ago, Green Wolf refused to join the St. Medic Hall. He even put on an expression of disdain. Why did he suddenly change his mind? You really agree? That's great. You should know that the Alchemy Conference is coming soon. Since you've joined the St. Medic Hall, you'll have to attend the conference with us. You'll have to concoct pills and help the St. Medic Hall win the title of King of Elixirs. Ren Xiao Yao temporarily put aside her conflict with Green Wolf. Her tone was a little warmer, and she would pout and blink from time to time. She was acting cute. Qin Feng didn't fall for Ren Xiao Yao's honey trap. He said coldly, "Don't be too happy yet. I have a condition to join the St. Medic Hall." Ren Xiao Yao stopped pouting and said expressionlessly, "What condition?" "I can join the St. Medic Hall, but you'll have to find a way to get me a position in the Martial Artist Alliance's Law Enforcement Hall." Qin Feng suddenly remembered the Martial Artist Alliance's chain quest. The second side quest was for Qin Feng to become a member of the Martial Artist Alliance's Law Enforcement Hall within 3 months. This quest had been released for a while, so Qin Feng had to find a way to complete it. Chapter 692. Qin Feng did not know how powerful the Saint Medic was. He was also not sure if they could get a position in the Martial Art Alliance's Law Enforcement Hall. However, Qin Feng saw a glimmer of hope from Ren Xiao Yao's exaggerated expression. Ren Xiao Yao only expressed that it was difficult, but she did not say that it was impossible. Sigh. I didn't expect that the Saint Medic couldn't even handle such a small matter. If that's the case, there's no need for me to join you. It's beneath me to join a small pharmacy like the Saint Medic. Qin Fen said carelessly. Ren Xiaoyao was so angry that she almost vomited blood. Entering the Martial Art Alliance's law enforcement hall was a small matter. What was a big matter then? Conquering the world or fighting an alien war? Moreover, the St. Medic was the #1 pharmacy in China and had the reputation of being the king of elixirs. Yet, Qin Fen said that it was a small pharmacy. Do you understand or not? Do you know how high the status of the Martial Art Alliance is in China? Even the Dragon Sect is nothing in front of it. Do you know how much power the members of the Martial Art Alliance's law enforcement hall have? Please clarify these issues before you talk big. You're going to make me die of anger. Ren Xiaoyao was so angry that Qin Fen really wanted to be hit on the head by her again. If that's the case, then we have nothing to talk about. I'll make a move first. Qin Fen did not care about Ren Xiaoyao's words. He knew that the Saint Medic would have a way. Qin Fen was just playing hard to get. Sure enough, before Qin Fen even took 2 steps, Ren Xiaoyao became anxious and shouted, "Hey, why don't you have the slightest bit of magnanimity? I was just joking with you. Stop. Let's discuss this properly." Qin Fen stopped and did not waste any more time. He smiled at Ren Xiaoyao and said, "Just tell me, does the Saint Medic have a way to get me into the law enforcement hall?" Of course. The Saint Medic is the #1 pharmacy in China. We enjoy elixirs. Ren Xiaoyao glared at Qin Fen angrily and started to brag about the Saint Medic hall again. But before he could finish his sentence, he was interrupted by Qin Fen impatiently. Enough, enough. Don't talk about Egg King or Egg King. I don't care if your Saint Medic hall's eggs are big or small. If you can let me enter the law enforcement hall, I'll join your Saint Medic hall. Ren Xiaoyao was stunned. She finally reacted and gritted her teeth angrily. You're the king of eggs? We are the king of elixirs. You were taught by a PE teacher in elementary, right? You can't even pronounce it properly. Qin Fen was not angry at all. He looked seriously at Ren Xiaoyao and said, "HM? Qin of. You Xiao Fen of Zers." As Qin Fen spoke, he covered his crotch. Ren Xiaoyao was so angry that her eyes rolled back, and she almost fainted. Forget it. Let me peek. Who asked me to be so handsome and elegant? Then it's decided. I'll join the Saint Medic now. You have to find a way to get me into the law enforcement hall of the Martial Art Alliance as soon as possible. Ren Xiaoyao pretended not to hear Qin Fen's frivolous words. She said seriously, "Don't think things are so simple. It's not easy to get into the law enforcement hall of the Martial Art Alliance. You have to first defeat the alchemists of the other pharmacies at the Alchemy Conference and help the Saint Medic retain the title of the King of Elixirs. Only then will the Saint Medic help you enter the law enforcement hall." Can you trust what you say? What if you lie to me? Qin Fen had a lot of conflicts with Ren Xiaoyao. He would not easily believe her words. The Saint Medic has been in business for hundreds of years. We are old and famous. Honesty is the most important thing. If you don't believe me, we can sign a contract after you join the Saint Medic. Ren Xiaoyao glared at Green Wolf angrily. If she had not heard that the Yang Enterprise had secretly trained a high-level alchemist to win the title of the King of Elixirs, Ren Xiaoyao would not have asked Green Wolf to join the Saint Medic. Ren Xiaoyao felt that Green Wolf was a level 6 alchemist. There was only one such alchemist in the Saint Medic. In order to protect the title of the King of Elixirs, Ren Xiaoyao had been recruiting people for the Saint Medic recently. That was why she thought of asking Green Wolf to join the Saint Medic. Okay, then it's settled. Go back and prepare a contract. I'll sign it with you when I'm free. Qin Fen felt that there should be no more problems. If the Saint Medic dared to go back on their word, Qin Fen did not mind overturning the pharmacy. Ren Xiaoyao did not want to talk to Qin Fen anymore. She glared at Qin Fen and turned around to return to the Saint Medic. Qin Fen looked at Ren Xiaoyao's wriggling, but as she left, he thought this girl was quite interesting. Sky City's Su family. The sisters, Su Qiuyu and Su Xiatian, were extremely busy. Even Elder Su was busy. During this time, the Su family had been developing Su Qin pharmaceuticals. The formulas of the gold sore medicine and whitening cream that Qin Fen had given Su Qiuyu had been mass-produced and were now being marketed. These 2 products were formulas that Qin Fen had bought from the system. They were products that were slightly improved based on the formula of the grade 1 Wonder Pill. As soon as these two products were released, they immediately became the best-selling products of Suchin Pharmaceuticals. They also became the main products that made Suchin Pharmaceuticals famous. Su Qiuyu was wearing a long white dress. She was sitting in the president's office on the top floor of Suchin Pharmaceuticals. She was very focused on her work. She exuded the aura of a vigorous and domineering CEO. Su Qiuyu was looking at this week's sales report. The Gold Sore Medicine and Whitening Cream had only been on the market for 7 days. This was the third time that they had sold out. Then, they increased production. The sales had doubled in these 7 days, which was beyond Su Qiuyu's expectations. Ding, ding, ding. The office phone on the desk rang. Su Qiuyu picked up the landline. Sis, this is bad. The whitening cream in my branch store has been sold out again. There are more than a dozen lines in front of the store, and each line is more than a dozen streets away. Do you still have any whitening cream in your headquarters? Hurry up and drop tens of thousands of boxes from the helicopter. Su Xiaotian's exaggerated voice came from the phone. Su Qiuyu put away her cold and fierce expression and couldn't help but laugh. Her laughter seemed to make the air sweet. Xiaotian, do you have to be so dramatic? Are you bored of looking after the store again? Do you have nothing better to do than to harass your sister? Be a good girl and stay in the store. I'm busy here. I'll pick you up after work. Su Qiuyu didn't believe Su Xiaotian's nonsense. She knew her twin sister well. Xiaotian had never been serious since she was little. She was probably bored of looking after the store again and wanted to play with her. Boo-hoo. Sis, you're bullying me. I'm going to tell Big Brother Qin Feng. He's been obediently looking after the store. Now that he's out of stock, he came to you for more. You said I was just teasing you. When have I ever teased you? I've always been a very serious girl. Okay. Su Xiaotian pretended to cry on the phone. Su Qiuyu's heart skipped a beat when she heard the name Qin Feng. She suddenly missed Qin Feng very much. All right, little sister, are you really out of stock? I just sent you 20,000 boxes last night. How did they sell out so quickly? Su Qiuyu couldn't bear to see her little sister cry, so she quickly comforted her. Sis, the formula Big Brother Qin Feng gave us is amazing. The skin whitening cream and gold sore medicine are selling like crazy. Your 20,000 boxes are already sold out. Hurry up and send me more. Send me as much as you can. I want to make a lot of money. I won't let Big Brother Qin Feng run around. I'll let him stay with us every day. I'll take care of him. Su Xiaotian was very excited. Su Qiuyu missed Qin Feng more and more. Su Qiuyu chatted with her little sister for a while. After she confirmed that Xiaotian's store was really out of stock, she hung up and started to transfer the stock over there. Su Qiuyu had just finished dealing with her little sister's store when she received a call from her grandpa's store. The stock over there was also sold out. Su Qiuyu hastily transferred the stock over to her grandpa's store. The stock that had just been produced was also sold out. Su Qiuyu was stunned by the popularity of the product. She hastily called the production base and asked them to work overtime to produce 2 more batches of the product. The Su sisters and old Master Su were extremely busy, but deep down, they were very happy. This was especially true for Su Qiuyu. This was the first thing Qin Feng asked her to do. Su Qiuyu really wanted to do a good job on this matter. She hoped that Suchin Pharmaceuticals could reach the height that Qin Feng desired. Now that the product was out, its popularity was beyond everyone's imagination. Su Qiuyu, who had been busy for several months, could finally heave a sigh of relief. Suchin Pharmaceuticals developed rapidly. It was as if it had become famous overnight in Sky City. Now, it was rapidly expanding to the other 3 cities in Yun Province and the first-tier cities like Jingdu. While Suchin Pharmaceuticals was developing, there was a hidden force that was keeping an eye on the Su family's business. It was constantly monitoring Su Qiuyu and her little sister's every move. Shadow, what's the situation with the Su families? A cold voice came from the phone. It was a man on the other side of the phone. Although it was broad daylight, the man was wearing a black suit and a black mask, so his face couldn't be seen clearly. Boss, That brat from the Su family violated our previous agreement. She said she would sell all the Su family's business for gold and hire the Golden Assassin crew to assassinate Green Wolf. Now, that woman has changed her mind and has been hiding from me. What should I do now? Said the man called Shadow. Just follow the old rules. Anyone who dares to cancel the Golden Assassin crew's contract will be killed without mercy. The cold voice came again. Shadow hesitated for a moment and continued, Boss, I've been secretly observing the Su family for a few days. I found out that the Su family has recently built a Su Qin Pharmaceuticals. The business of this pharmaceutical company is very good. One of its main products is called Gold Sore Medicine. I want to buy a portion. The Gold Sore Medicine they produce has the same effect as a first-grade healing pill. Should we annex the Su family's business? According to the rules of the Golden Assassin crew, if the person who issued the mission dared to violate the contract halfway, then the mission would automatically be considered over. However, what Shadow said just now made the man on the other side of the phone a little tempted. The Golden Assassin crew only accepted gold for killing. They needed money very much. Now that the Su family had a very profitable Su Qin Pharmaceuticals, they could annex it and turn it into a money-making tool for the Golden Assassin crew. Also, Shadow said that the Gold Sore Medicine produced by Su Qin Pharmaceuticals had the same effect as a first-grade healing pill. This was also very attractive. Shadow, don't make any moves for now. Let the Su family develop on their own for a while. When Su Qin Pharmaceuticals develops, you know what to do. After a moment of silence, the cold voice came again. In less than 5 months since she arrived at Serenity, she had cultivated all the way from an ordinary person to a Stage 8 inner chi expert. If news of this were to spread, all the so-called genius martial cultivators in China would be depressed to death. However, Su Ruoro's face didn't show a trace of surprise. Instead, she looked as if it was only natural. Ever since Su Ruoro cultivated Serenity's Tranquil Heart Sutra, she had almost no obstacles on the path of cultivation because of her special physique. Breaking through was as easy as eating a meal. Moreover, the sect master of Serenity, Jing Xin, valued Su Ruoro very much. He poured all the resources of the sect into Su Ruoro. Su Ruoro had the help of all kinds of miraculous pills. Moreover, she cultivated every day in this valley with dense heaven and earth spiritual energy. It was difficult for her to slow down her cultivation speed even if she wanted to. After Su Ruoro and Hua Xian finished their martial arts practice, they held hands and ran to the flowers to dance with the butterflies. The two girls played and played in the flowers. They were even more beautiful than the flowers. A large group of butterflies landed on the two girls' shoulders and circled around them, unwilling to leave. This beautiful scene made people feel carefree and happy. Junior sister Xianyu, junior sister Wuxin, I finally found you. So you were playing here. A hearty laughter came. After a few seconds, a white shadow descended from the sky. The person who came was wearing a long white robe. His elegant long hair danced in the wind. He held a sword in his hand. In a few breaths, he landed next to the two girls from far away. Xianyu greets senior brother Ling Fei. Wuxin greets senior brother Ling Fei. When the man landed, Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro greeted him. This person was the genius disciple of Starlight Sect, Ling Fei. His current strength was unfathomable. Even Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro couldn't see through him. If Qin Feng was here, he would definitely recognize Ling Fei at a glance. When Qin Feng first entered Devil Beast Mountain to collect herbs, he was chased by a three-eyed elephant boar. Later, he met Hua Xianyu, and the two of them worked together to kill the three-eyed elephant boar. Because Hua Xianyu was injured and fainted, Qin Feng cut his wrist and released his blood to save her. Then, Ling Fei came and mistakenly thought that Qin Feng wanted to do something to Hua Xianyu. He knocked Qin Feng out with one palm. It was Hua Xianyu who bit the tip of her tongue and released her blood to save Qin Feng's life. Ling Fei's gaze fell on the two girls. A hint of possessiveness flashed in the depth of his eyes. When he first went to Devil Beast Mountain, he had been eyeing Hua Xianyu's beauty. It was just that he couldn't find a suitable opportunity. Now Wu Xin from Serenity came. Her beauty and temperament didn't lose to Hua Xianyu. He had already sensed the two girls' disgust towards him. Ling Fei knew that his little thoughts had been discovered by the two girls. He didn't want to continue playing tricks. That would only have the opposite effect. Ha! So junior sister Xian, you has already checked. Then I'm relieved. Don't think too much. I'm just worried for junior sister Wuxin. I don't mean anything else. Ling Fei explained his behavior. Actually, it would have been better if he didn't say it. Now that he said it, it made Su Ruoro and Hua Xianyu hate him even more. The atmosphere became a little awkward. The two girls had cold faces and didn't say anything. Ling Fei didn't know what to say for a moment. The sound of wind breaking rang in the distant sky. After a few breaths, the Serenity Sect's sect master, Master Jingxin, waved her horsetail whisk and landed beside Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro. Xianyu greets Sect Master Jingxin. Wu Xian greets Sect Master Jingxin. Ling Fei greets Sect Master Jingxin. Sect Master Jingxin wore a gray robe. It was impossible to tell her age. Her delicate face was delicate, and her skin was as delicate and white as a baby's. Her body flowed with a gentle aura. It felt like she was below stage for inner chi. However, the aura was incomparably strong and seemed endless. It was clearly not something a stage for inner chi could have. Su Ruoro and the other two respectfully greeted Sect Master Jingxin. Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro couldn't see Ling Fei's strength. Ling Fei couldn't see Sect Master Jingxin's strength. Ling Fei, you're here again. Sect Master Jingxin glanced at Ling Fei. Her voice was as calm as water. Ling Fei's body trembled slightly. He didn't know what Sect Master Jingxin meant. Did she like him coming or not? Without waiting for Ling Fei to speak, Sect Master Jingxin continued. Xianyu Wu Xian, in 3 months, the outer martial world will hold the Martial Society Convention. You two stay in the sect all day and have little contact with the secular world. This will actually affect your future breakthroughs. To cultivate Tao, you must first cultivate your heart. If you don't taste the world, how can you comprehend the great Tao of heaven? In 3 months, Ling Fei, take Xian Yu and Wu Xian to the Outer Martial Society Convention. Consider it an experience for the three of you. As Sect Master Jingxin's voice fell, the three of them became excited. Hua Xianyu and Su Ruoro really wanted to go out and take a look. Ever since Su Ruoro was brought back to Serenity, the two girls hadn't gone out. To them, the outside world was still very exciting. Ling Fei was even more excited. He was worried that he wouldn't have a chance to make a move on the two girls. Now, Sect Master Jingxin gave him a great opportunity. Ling Fei wanted to thank Jingxin to death. P.S. This month, I guarantee 2 chapters a day. The time is 7 in the morning and 7 in the evening. Every day, every month, the number of monthly votes increases by 30. Everyone, please reward me with monthly votes. Next month, I will strive to restore the minimum of 3 chapters a day. Everyone, please subscribe and continue to support Old Duha. Thank you, everyone. You're tuning into the Romance Rendezvous YouTube channel. We're so grateful for your support, and don't forget to subscribe to join us on this incredible journey through captivating stories. Your generosity through donations truly makes a world of difference, as it's the primary source of revenue that allows me to expand and enhance this channel for you. Thank you from the bottom of my heart for being a part of this adventure.